They're all lions. I'm gonna be a mighty king, so everyone beware. I'm gonna be the main event. Like y'all really,
Yeah, I give you the you know what I mean? The ensemble form because they just listen. The lion trope is really bad. Like it's really bad. Like you could be in a normal conversation and someone be like, "Men are like lions. We want," and then they'll say something and you be like, "What?" Like, and they won't even get it. But it's like, you know what? Okay, I'm the only one in the conversation that saw National Geographic, and yeah, like I just thought it's nice for people to know the truth about lions because a lot of people are lying on these lions. Okay.
they are. And today, not only are we going to show you the truth about the lionesses, where the real power is in the pride,
Yeah.
where the power reside in the boom, 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 where the power reside. But we also going to debunk some of these narratives that people be spreading about relationships because, we got to be 50-50. And she's got to be this, and she's got to be that, and she's got to be this. And I just be looking at them like,
You
what
ain't.
do you have to be? These niggas be running around here like, I am the table. I am the prize.
Lord, child. They listen. They so much the table that they use the same words that researchers use for the animals. You see what I'm saying? And even some of the women too that be on that stuff that they that stuff. They be like the lionesses den. We support our men. I be like, why are you calling yourself a lioness? Have you seen the channel with the lions on it? Okay. I don't know. I grew up as a kid watching Discovery Channel, National Geographic, and Nickelodeon, and I don't know. I just I'm confused. Raw, please help me make it make sense.
I can't because I too grew up with good parents. I grew up in a 2-parent home, so that fed into my education. And a lot of the things that these people be saying on social media, I'm like, who didn't raise you? Who didn't raise you? Because we're gonna start here with it. The real power of a man is the size of the smile on the woman sitting next to him. So when I hear these men complaining and crying and when out this bitch, okay, acting like little children, talking about someone, she doesn't listen to me. She wants to listen to me. Then you don't have any power as a man. I'm sorry to be the one to break it to you. If your father didn't tell you and your mama didn't teach you, allow me to be your adoptive auntie and let you know real quick. Men that are raised to understand their role, quote unquote, real men, no.
Yeah.
They are the ones that control the narratives in their house. They're the ones that control the energy. Because if you a certain type of man, honey, even in your darkest days, your woman is still going to be smiling and she's going to be right by your side.
Because you make her happy.
Exactly. But see, I ain't trying to be bust so messy today, but baby, that triggered me. He said privacy complaint warning has begun. So we might as well just run it up. And son. Let me stop. I'm being messy on Saturday, y'all. We got all the jokes this Saturday. Yeah. So all right. Yes, Captain K man. Yes. So all right. According to these men, these men feel that it is a lion's job to protect the whole pride. And the female lionesses, they just submit. They don't do nothing unless the lions say that they can do it. And I'm just like, the logic of it 2 is subpar. Okay, it's like preschool logic. First of all, lions don't talk. Second of all, submission is not a concept in the animal kingdom. But honey, we'll start here.
Yes.
A pride of lionesses attacked male in front of shocked tourists. Look at the lion, y'all. Look at the lion. The lion fucked around and found out that today was not his day. Y'all see his face. Y'all see his face. He's like, oh shit.
Listen. If you listen to people, they will have you believing that the lions are the chiefs of the house, and they rule through sheer strength and brute force because they protect these lionesses. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is what I'm talking about. The lioness clearly don't appreciate the lion. That's why these women run around saying, "I'm a lioness. I support my man." That's why they do that, because clearly, look at all the support. They supporting him right to meet his maker early. Ain't that such a nice thing? Yeah.
Exactly, pretty be crazy. She said, "No, those are hyenas in lions clothing." Oh shit! Wait. Okay. We try not to have too much fun today, but this is gonna be hilarious. Yes. I promise.
I'm looking for the zipper.
Huh?
I'm looking for the zipper so that the hyenas, I could. You know how we use.
Oh yes, the zipper. No, they climbed inside. They climbed inside the body. They took over. They took over the spirit.
Okay, gotcha. They spirit. That's the spirit. That's the hyena spirit. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, they said, Holy Spirit, activate. Oh, yes, and you know I am. And you know, look, let me save the image right now.
Not the clip.
Yes. Look, let me get my screen grab tool out. Okay, we're finna grab the screen.
What are you doing? Why you guys stop?
Look, I might change that as a thumbnail. Actually, I am about to change it as a thumbnail right now, honey. Ooh, child. But okay. A group of tourists were left gobsmacked when a pride of lionesses attacked a male lion. Mm-hmm. Expecting a nice date outing of oohing and eyeing at the wildlife at West Midlands Safari Park in Worcestershire, UK, a group of tourists got to see a scene which was a little less Hakuna Matata in tone and more like when Scar kills Mufasa. Well, I'll stop just in case you have the audacity to have never bothered to watch The Lion King. Prepare to feel like you're in a cutthroat wildlife documentary. Let's watch.
rodentpro.com.
Oh, here we go. Why they always got to play in my face, y'all? They always got some ads. I promise y'all. I watch stuff so I don't have to have no ads. But let's look.
No, Dad, stay here because she's gone backwards. She's okay.
Okay. So they are trying to attack. Their faces is like, we're hungry, we will eat you.
They try to drown him. Look
at his neck, like, boy, get down here and bend over. Like, what? Okay. And he's scared to death. Look at this.
He's like, help, somebody help.
Yeah, they ain't trying to mate with him. Not today. Dang. Let me see. Yeah, that right there is so. I never seen that before. A whole pride of lionesses attacking a male, like she trying to eat him, literally.
Facts. They said we all in together, going all out together. Look, not they had to get a car coming in. The lion had to call for backup. He said, back up.
And they still attacking them.
They said, man, we don't care nothing about that car. Get on out of here. We about to tear him up. They trying to eat his leg. They said, oh, you wanted to go mess with Kelly and them. Mm-hmm. Bring that ass over here. We about to show
I
you.
See that one chopping at his leg, like they do regular animals that they kill. Oh, see, they really trying to help him out. Dang. In real life, he would have died.
And it wasn't working because there's still one or two still trying to be on him. They done made him run too. They just gonna run deep down in the look. They about to get him again.
Yeah,
They about to get you again.
Get his ass. They about to get
What? What, Bob? What, Bob? You thought? You thought?
Three in now.
Damn, they rolled up on him like okay, they back up on the hill. Dang.
And they about to get him again. They ain't playing with him.
Oh my god. Okay, so that was different. I didn't know female lionesses actually attack the lion that they're in a pride with. I always thought if they attack lions, they attack the lions that come in from other other groups like lions or whatever the case may be. I thought that that's the only time they go on attack like that. I didn't know they attacked within. So obviously it's not it's not like that. Like, people got this wrong idea about the culture of lions, clearly. So my thing is, if this is normal, okay, because clearly we haven't been watching long enough, but if this is normal, what part of this is so psychologically enthralling that a man would want to be associated with? That's my question.
Listen, they believe. Right. It's always good to see you too. That was a simp lion fact. I mean, it's not even that the lion was cheating on all of them. It's just that a lot of people be talking on social media without doing actual research, without having context and subtext, without truly understanding the points that they're trying to make. And then they make themselves look ridiculous to those of us that are in fact educated and actually know what is happening and what is going on. Now, go ahead, love.
No, I was saying, yeah, because clearly people are just like saying these things and they're not really thinking it through. And I'll be honest, without really saying who I'm mentioning, there's a lot of groups out here that would like to model themselves after the lion, okay, of whatever. And I'm saying, well, if lions symbolize strength or togetherness or rulership or whatever the fuck that you want to call it, what was that? What was that?
That was necessary.
Just that was necessary. Okay, you know what? That should be on the shirt. This is necessary.
It was necessary. He played himself, and he was doing too much. And now we have another story. I'm just trying to get to the part in the video. Ooh, child, y'all about to see. Y'all thought it was a joke. What is this?
Because I know of lioness that I've seen lioness that have been affectionate, right, towards lions. However, to be clear, that affection comes at a cost. Clearly, like lionesses do not just lay down and be part of a pride for the sake of, and they're not being taken care of by the lion. That's not the truth of the matter. But people keep saying it, so people, I guess, believe it.
Well, we don't have to take their word for it. Let's just look at what Indianapolis News has to say. Now, in this news story, we are looking at the story of Zuri and Nyack, okay? Now, they called me because they were completely puzzled, and I agree it's puzzling, said Packer, one of the safari, curators at the Indianapolis Zoo. He added up the attack. It was completely unprovoked, and it certainly was not typical. Zuri killing Nyack is bizarre for two reasons, Packer said. He was the father of her cubs, and she engaged him one-on-one. Honey, even one-on-one, ain't no lion that's scared of no lion. Play with it if you want to. What were you about to say, Lola?
No, I was saying, like you saying, the one that she has a cub by, she went one-on-one and killed him?
Yes. Don't worry, don't take my word for it. We finna watch this news clip.
Boy, a shocking story from the Indianapolis Zoo. We've learned an adult male lion, Nyack, was killed earlier this week by an adult female lion, Zuri. This is a picture of Nyack here. The zoo says this happened Monday morning before the zoo opened to the public. Animal care staff heard an unusual amount of roaring, and they found Zuri being aggressive with Nyack. Zoo personnel say they made every effort to separate the lions, but
First of all, look at Zuri. Zuri look like I told your ass one time too many. Stop playing with my kids. Stop playing with me. You finna go down, down, down. Look at this face. I like Zuri. She's cute.
Zuri held Nyack by the neck until he stopped moving. Veterinary staff say the lion died of suffocation from injuries to the neck. The zoo will be doing a thorough review to try to figure out what might have led to this tragic incident.
We don't know what precipitated it. We know it's a rare occurrence, but it can occur in the wild and in human care. We're not sure what provoked it on this given day.
The zoo says the two lions have lived together for 8 years. In 2015, they had a litter of 3 cubs. Zoo officials say the two lions were compatible. They never showed signs something like this would happen.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Recently, there was somebody, I think it was a judge, that is supposed to be getting divorced from his wife of 29 or 39 years or something like that. And they didn't have no problems prior to now. Would this be akin to that, in your opinion?
I believe so. I believe enough is enough is enough. They can't go on. They won't go on no more. No. Listen, everybody get tired of the fool la la.
Damn.
Now, Nyack was boo-booing all over the place, okay? He wasn't helping her corral Simba and Nyla and, and Pumbaa, all right? They was running around the zoo establishment doing what they want to do. She like, God, we getting food to live for. I'm biting it up and spitting it out for you. The least you could do is play with your kids or something. And he said he ain't want to do it. So she said, oh, you gonna learn today. And she took them paws and she suffocated them.
Listen, I usually have seen female lions attack when the most I've seen them attack is when the male lion have tried to come and mount them to have sex with them, and that's when they attack back because they like, get away from me, I don't want to deal with this. This right here, I wouldn't be surprised if she responded to him when he was trying to mount her. I wouldn't be surprised if she killed him for coming on to her at the wrong time, and she like, you know what, today's today. But now that leads me to wonder, are we really taking into account that animals are more like humans than what we give them credit for? And we really don't know the nature of animals. We just think we do. Thus, we attribute certain aspects of ourselves to lions because humans do the same thing. They try to touch each other at the wrong time and then get snapped on. But in his case, he got really snapped on. Right. But see, this is the king right now, getting deleted by the queen because she just tired of his mess, and she can do that. But my thing is, I didn't know lionesses were stronger than lions. I didn't know that.
Girl, you took the words right out of my mouth. Because I was certainly getting ready to go there. Are you sure, gentlemen? Are you sure you want to be a lion? Now, this is where we get into the lack of logic in the breakdown. The lion literally only has maybe a handful of fights his whole life, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has to fight another lion in order to take control of the pride.
Mm-hmm.
Then he sits his lazy ass on a rock all day. Every now and again goes out on perimeter watch. Okay. He might eat a buffalo or, an elephant or something every once in a blue moon. Mm-hmm. But the daily sustenance of the pride is on the females of the pride, which means the female bite strength alone is much stronger than the male lion. Because they are consistently going out to hunt, going out to attack. They are consistently roaming the plains, which means their muscles are more used, which means they're stronger as a whole. So maybe a lot of y'all are lions, lazy, doing the least, sitting down and underestimating the women that serve you.
That might be true. Actually, I'm saying Mike because I don't want umbrella everybody. But if you are claiming to be a lion and that is your animal totem because that's what a male is, that's what represents a male, and that's what you are. Like, let's be clear about something. I think most of the time when people think of like lions, they're thinking about the idea that the lion has sex with multiple females and they still live in a pack, right? Like that they think like that. Mind you, lions aren't the only animals that do that. They're not. But somehow these creatures are like, really sought after as being majestic. It's like I think to some degree people are just ignorant. I think that they see the mane of the lion as being akin to a male beard. And so they see the lion having sex with multiple lionesses and they feel like, well, I want to have sex with multiple women, so we must be the same. But when we ask the question of, okay, so when you meet a woman, right, and you beat her husband up, would you feel like she's a good woman if she gave her child up to you to be deleted?
To be eaten.
Right.
To be eaten.
Would you feel like that's a good mom for you because she's really since you killed her, deleted her man. You know what I mean? She just offer her kids up too. Don't we have women that do that? Offer their kids up to their boyfriends to, be deleted? Like, ain't that in the news every other minute?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh,
So that's
look.
a lion, and he must be the epitome of a lion because he can have sex with another man's woman and then delete the kid. Like that's the way of the lion, ain't it?
It is. Look, MK ain't nothing for this. Says Zuri was watching YouTube nonsense and had to make a point. Amen. Amen. Hey VS, hey Ashton, hey Happy. Listen, but now as we take a brief, divert on down this road, and it's really not. It's on the same road. It's just a pit stop. All these men be running around here talk about some they real men, but they need women to be 50-50. But Allahu Akbar, the Islamic man said, that's not what we're doing. Let's take a look.
Stop expecting the wife to fund your lifestyle. This whole 50-50 stuff, brothers and sisters, that's from the kuffar. Even if she's a multi-millionaire, she still doesn't have to cover the expenses. Are you brothers and sisters with me? It's not a must. It is not a must for her to pay a single penny. And sometimes I use this card to bring non-Muslim women closer to Islam. They become extremely shocked. Really? It's been 50-50 all my life, right? This is all we've ever known. She doesn't need to pay a single penny. Stop expecting the...
And for those of y'all that are wondering what kufar means, kufar is a term. The term is used in different ways in the Quran, with most fundamental sense being ungrateful towards God. Kufar means disbelief, unbelief, non-belief, to be thankless, to be faithless, or ingratitude. A lot of these men is simply ungrateful. They're ungrateful that women would even remotely, find them a bit intriguing to even choose, because a lot of them are not worthy. Hi, Dr. Steele.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. The 50-50 thing from the men's side is exactly what he said. You're expecting her to meet you 50-50, but you're ungrateful because truth is you want her to meet you 50-50, but treat you like it's not really 50-50. You want her to treat you like a leader, when in reality, the 50-50 thing made you a partner, not a leader. You're not the leader of the project when you're a partner on the project. That's a difference. But the thing is, what they'll end up really doing is saying, well, the woman wants to go 50-50 because of feminism and da 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 da. And like, what's her name? Gabrielle Union. She wasn't a 50-50 girl until that dude like came at her sideways because she wasn't doing 50-50 with him. So he came at her when they was married, and he came at her like something about this my house and da 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 da, right? And I don't think it was something that she did wrong, but he kind of like threw it in her face that she wasn't paying any bills. And she like, nigga, I got money, bitch. Like, matter of fact, 50-50 the whole way. And so this is what happened. So she wasn't even that type until she had to make a point to him. Like, don't you ever sit here and disrespect me and act like because I'm a woman and I don't pay bills because I'm doing my womanly duties that you can disrespect me. No, it's your duty to do what you're doing. That has nothing to do with respect. Respecting me has nothing to do with whether you go to work or not. You need to go to work. But she said, you know what? I ain't going to divorce you, but I'm going to do 50-50. And now I'm going to treat you like a partner. And truth be told, she came through on that shit. Ever since that day, he ain't been the leader in that house. And not that she right with everything she did, by the way. But he ain't been the leader in that house ever since that day. She said, never mind, we can do 50-50.
See, and this is the thing. Ladies, get perspective. If a dude want to throw something in your face and you ain't doing no 50-50, let him throw it in your face. Stack your coins, pack your ish, and walk out like a knockout. Don't go 50-50 with these dudes. Don't be sitting there trying to prove who you are and who you not. A man's job, they keep telling you, is to lead. Their job is to lead. Their job is to get the money. Their job is to provide the foundation. Their job is to be the protector so that you can submit. Because what they want is submission. Submission is not for the weak. Let me shut up, chat. I'm talking too much.
I want to know when all this got started. Like, everybody keeps talking about back in the day, but then I'm like, where did men decide I'm the lion, I'm the leader, but I need you to do my job somewhat? When did that, why did that take place? Because I don't know where that took place at. Like, what in society made you think? Like, what was up with that?
Well, you know, see, I was going to go somewhere else first, but then I think we need to go here. So, this is from Omega Exile and the Ancestors' Work, right? And this is a younger man talking to an older man. This is actually the problem or the source code of everything we see today. Let's listen in, shall we?
Your daughter's a hoe, nigga. But you ain't no nigga. You raised her, didn't you? Oh, I forgot. No, nigga. I'm dating your daughter, so I'm talking as a man. You call her daughter, but that's my hoe. That's my bitch. You understand? That's your little girl, but that's my girl now. And I'm her man, and I mean it. These my words. It ain't no gun inside my hand. No, this is nigga to a nigga. And this nigga ain't playing. Question to the men. Would you let your daughter date a nigga like you? How you treated women your whole life is coming back to bite you. Cause this nigga is just like you. I called your daughter out her name. I spit and hit and placed the blame. I cheat on her. I left it staying. I lied and said I'll change her name. She had a kid. I left that year and had another kid the same. I told the bros about her brain. She loved me. OG ain't shit you can do about it. Ooh, the way I'm disrespectful. You kill if you knew about it. But I'm just like the young you. See, you don't like that for her. No, you wouldn't want a nigga like yourself to date your daughter. You would kill me for the stuff that you been did to her mama. Well, this is karma, cause I pull her hair when I'm behind her. This a message for the young boys running around breaking hearts, leaving little girls with babies. You end her life at the start. You get a daughter, then get mad when her boyfriend do her wrong, but you never loved the girl yourself. You moving wrong, cause you hitting on her mother, right? She happy in another life. You said you wouldn't hurt that girl again, and now you done it twice. This for them reckless young boys and quote-unquote fathers. When you out here breaking hearts, imagine if that was your daughter. Cause this nigga messed up, and now I get to do the honors. And when he not around, I'm beating on her in pajamas. When you look inside the mirror, ask yourself, you see a monster acting like you ain't no nigga. Your daughter's a hoe, nigga. But you ain't.
Help! Help! Please help! What? Oh God. Okay, who is his mother?
Look, Jesus. Look, I was on mute. This shit is real. Listen, I'm just saying real quick. A lot of you men that be on social media spewing this toxic rhetoric or what you wish women should be while you have daughters that you're not raising, while you beating on women that you supposed to be loving, while you apologizing only while the clock is ticking until the next time you put your hands on her again. See, y'all got daughters. And this is how the circle of life goes, since we talk about lions. The circle of life. This is how this shit, yes, this is how it goes. And this is how we get all this toxicity and this venom that's spewed all over these social media platforms. Y'all niggas daddies was hoes for real. Y'all niggas dads had kids hidden in y'all all over the place. Y'all got brothers, sisters, cousins in different states and different area codes. Cause like Luda said, right? Y'all got hoes. Y'all got hoes in different area codes. Baby mamas and child support. And y'all niggas are bitter. You're bitter and you're angry. So you want to attach yourself to strength, which you think is the lion. And in all actuality, it's really the lioness.
Mm-hmm.
See how that works? See how we tied that right back on in?
Full circle. Full circle. And this right here, I'm glad you played that, because in the back of, I think, everybody's mind, we knew that's the sentiment, right? But we really I've never heard it so bluntly put before. That's my first time hearing that. Like that blunt in the man's face. Yeah. So here's the thing. That whole, I'm the roaring lion of my house. It's like, yo, you better be the penguin of your house. You see what the penguins do? They take them eggs and they babysit them kids in the winter, and they make sure them eggs is good, and they become stepfathers at the drop of a dime, and they take care of their women when their women out there doing what they need to do. And they do not cheat, by the way. Penguins do not cheat. Y'all better be some penguins. Fuck them lions. You better be some penguins. I ain't never seen a male penguin ate by a female penguin. Okay. Never.
You know what's funny? Because that is just another genus type, another species in which the women carry the freight. You got praying mantis, which the woman gonna kill you as soon as she gets some of the sperm over which off with your head. You got penguins, you got lionesses, you got human beings, where the women are the actual leader. The person that feeds you every day is the leader. Shout out to my baby. My baby always says this. Dogs, right? Dogs, man's best friend, a dog. Dogs live in suspended animation. Because if their owner is not there, they can't eat. So dogs are loyal because dogs understand. I have to keep giving love. I have to follow the rules. I have to stay in order to be taken care of, in order to be fed.
Yeah.
Do y'all not know y'all played? Especially you 50-50 dudes, because I'm going to keep saying this until the day I die. While the vast majority of y'all are talking about six-figure incomes, high-value men, while contradictorily saying that only 1% of men make these type of money, y'all are actually admitting that the vast majority of you are not high earners. The vast majority of you need to be in a 50-50 partnership. And then you want the perks of a high-value man. Right. It's kind of like flying in basic economy and then thinking you're supposed to get into the Admiral's Club. That's not how any of that works.
I like that analogy. I like that. Take it. You're in the wrong seat. You're in the wrong seat. Get up.
You're in the wrong seat. You not in one day. You in 25E.
Oh, not 25E. I can't stand you right there. You're in 25E.
Yep, the dog recognizes that you are the source of food. Listen here. And again, be clear, me and Lola are not talking about all men.
Right.
We're just talking about these degenerates on social media that have maladaptive psychological conditions that afford them the opportunity to spew incessant vitriol against women because they're not satisfied and happy in their lives. And the women that stand next to them are not representative of the talking points that they spew on these platforms.
Mm-hmm. And truth be told, when you do find, let's say, spaces where people are let's say, inundated with this rhetoric because it's like an echo chamber, right? Everybody is saying the same thing and agreeing, and it sounds really, really great. And then you have, women that come in from whatever way they come in, and they agree and they attach themselves to this ideology of the lion, i.e., the lioness. See what I'm saying? But they want you to believe that to be a lioness is to be strong and support your man, and to always never approach your man with any type of aggression, never doing that. And meanwhile, the image of a lioness is everything that they are not. You understand? Or let's say they're claiming that they're not. So it's like they're not even smart enough to look at the animal kingdom and choose an animal that best represents their ideology. And like I said, these females, okay, they are not lionesses. The only lionesses you probably will see are people like me and Robbie. We true lionesses, but we're not lionesses in the respect of lions, because I'm not an animal. My nature is human. I'm not a lion. Okay. But if we want to talk about a woman that will go head on with a dude if need be, we not afraid of no man. Nobody. I'm not. No, Raw not. So it's like, if you come at me wrong, trust me, you're going to have wrong energy all around you. You come at me right, you're going to have right energy all around you. And that's how Raw is too. So, but see, most people would say, we hyenas. How many hyenas you know doing what we just seen? Oh, wait.
Really? But I'm glad you said that. What a lot of people don't understand, and Lola's gonna like this one. She ain't ready for this one. I didn't prep her for this one. Me and Lola are more like Skemet. Yes, sis. Yes, queen.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, Skemet was depicted with the body of a woman with a lion head wearing a sun disk. She was seen as the protector of the pharaohs and led them in warfare.
Mm-hmm.
When she was in calmer state, she would take the form of the household cat goddess, Bastet.
Oh, yeah. I remember that Bastet. I remember that. Okay. I didn't know that those two were connected in my studies. I studied them briefly separate. I didn't know they were actually together in terms of the cosmology, but now it makes sense, because typically the god of war is a female in most pantheons. It's not a male. Like, most people don't even know that. But then when you see the culture that has the most heightened let's say victory in the world, you see what I'm saying, that lasted the longest, is showing a woman as the head of protection. And these are grown men, by the way, that literally probably live harsher than any man today, saying, hey, no, the protector of the realm is a woman. Like, don't get it twisted. Okay, we know what it is, and we have no quarrel with it. So why is it that these men today want to model themselves after the male lion versus the female lion, when all science tells you that the female is more aggressive and has the protective spirit because of so many different factors that I've heard in the scientific community? But then they also have the ability to be just as loving as vultures, kittens, at the same time. That dynamic that women have. So what are we doing out here talking about lions? Like, what are we doing?
See, now that is going to take us down a religious road, because in my opinion, and I'm framing this with my opinion, so nobody has to jump in their little feelings and their fifi, right? The Cattle Hayek Society was a society where women were the deity and men had to be in service to the women that were the deity.
Mm-hmm.
They castrated them. They made them eunuchs.
Okay.
Yes, Cattle Hayek Society predates all Abrahamic religions, so on and so forth, all these patriarchal religions.
Mm-hmm.
So because there is this Luciferian spirit, I'm just going to call it what it is, a Luciferian spirit amongst men to overthrow God, that they are greater than God. This is why we see the declination in human beings today.
I see that. I see what you're saying. The history repeating itself, always trying to overthrow the God narrative, and then you just keep seeing it played out. But it's like we're not really paying attention to exactly what's happening because we're so hyper focused on one story. We're not seeing how that one story is perpetuated through many stories. Well, to be clear, okay, there's a lot more positivity that exists even within Abrahamic religions as far as like women are concerned than, let's say, the culture gives it credit for. And I know that that's on purpose. So like right now, when people say, well, women are the weaker vessel, it's like, in what way? Let's just edify the question. In what way are women weaker? One way. How many ways is it to be weak? 172? Okay. Versus the one. Okay. So I'm just saying, like, we really got to get back to basics here.
This is the thing. Be quiet, Great Phil. This is the thing. When we put up, and this is no shade against men. These are just the facts. Please, nobody take it offensively. Men are physically strong. Yes, this is true. Women, no matter the size, no matter if they are Amazons or if they are petite little forest nymphs, right? Mm-hmm. We carry human beings in our body. Our body is set up not only to nourish and sustain ourselves, but to nourish and sustain the new life. We touch the edges of death to carry another soul into the realm of this reality. Mm-hmm. On top of that, we walk and we lose a vast amount of blood every month for a long, sustained period of time. And while doing all of this, we still maintain households, still raise children, still go to work, still bring in half of the money, only to be disrespected and diminished by a certain archetype of male that is maladaptive to humanity. Mm-hmm. But let's look at what this lioness do when this lion don't try to play with her babies. Because y'all be talking the most stuff about women and children, but women are the ones always raising the children. I would be glad for a shift in society when all baby mamas say, we're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. And drop these kids off with their daddies. Drop these kids off with their daddies, 2024 and beyond. Listen, they say they can raise them better than you. Even though we all know when it comes down to work, and honey, if you have a shared custody agreement and you got to go to work and he got to go to work, guess who stayed with the kids? If you got to go to work and he got to go to work and one of the kids is sick, guess who's taking the kid to the doctor? If the kids is hungry and everybody's jacked off, guess who's going to make sure the kid going to eat? Mm-hmm. I'm going to shut up, though. We're going to watch this clip. Mm. Now he's scared. Now I'm backing up. No. And he know better. He ain't even trying her. He know better.
Yeah,
and she got a fupa and all of that. She like, no.
I hear the cubs in the background. She's like, if you don't get from around my babies.
Thanks, child. Oh, look at that little cute.
This bracelet was killed by the same male during the Lion Pride takeover. What?
is y'all in danger. Oh, now here come mommy. She said, y'all can walk. Let him do it. And he got the hell on. Got the hell on.
So the idea that the male lion controls the pride, I think we can put that to rest and bury that bitch and say, no, he does not control anything. I would even venture to say he's not even in control of who he gets pregnant in his pride.
Child, listen. But you know, again, when we speak to the reflection, shout out to my baby too, because he's always looking at my reflection. But that lion was not a good reflection. That lion did bad behavior before.
Mm-hmm.
And a woman never forgets, no matter the species, no matter the phenotype, no matter the genus type. Oh, you killed my kids before. Oh, all right. I'm about to go off on you. But y'all know I love me some 50. So let's see what 50 Cent had to say. Y'all know 50 Cent always talking some shit. He always talking.
Yes,
Woman's a reflection of a man. So if she earns more than him, or if she is smarter than him, she reflects him being secure. If she's drop dead gorgeous, but she off to see the wizard saying, if I only had a brain, she reflects his necessities at that moment. And if she's walking around and she's not presentable, then she reflects him. She reflects him not caring enough about himself in perception and change. So she thinks I'm buying shoes for her, but I'm buying shoes for me. The woman should go up in association to the man. If he's not bringing it up, look, Vandra said house not a home without her. I say she is a house. Just some of these bitches don't got no windows, some don't got no doors, got a hole in the roof. And your job is to kind of sort through to figure out what's damaged and fix it. Like
Y'all, one of my tabs is moving too much. Oh, it's this one. My bad. I found it. I was like, where is it, Jesus, and why? But what was your thoughts on that?
Okay. I'm learning a lot today because I have not heard 50 talk like that in a big while. But I felt what he was saying about, a woman is your reflection, no matter what's right or wrong with her. That's your reflection that you have to deal with. And when he kind of culminated it into the idea that the woman is the table, she is the house. No matter what she's missing, your job is to upgrade it, meaning fix it. And not fix it in a sense of do the impossible, right? But like, okay, you get with a woman and let's say she's gorgeous, but she's not smart. What's your job as a man? To make sure she stay dumb and ignorant? What's your job? She don't need you to make her pretty. She got issues with her brain. What's your job? What is your job? She's a reflection of you. So what is your job? So like within myself, right? What's my job to me? My job to me is to be better than I was yesterday. So I gotta comb through myself to see, well, what was wrong yesterday? What was wrong last year? And fix it. Like, that's my job. So it's like, I see what he's saying with that. I feel where he's going with that one.
Hey, Moo. But this is the thing, right? So all of these men on social media, they're consistently talking about leadership. That is leadership. Mm-hmm. Leadership is, okay, you have 80% of what I need. You are lacking 20%. Let me help you bridge the gap to get that other 20%. Unfortunately, the modern male in today's society doesn't want to do that. And we have a good example of this as well. You know, Lola know when she come up here, I be coming with the whole kitchen sink. So let's look like what deflection and manipulation looks like in communication. Because this is what we are consistently faced with on social media. Deflection and manipulation. Not true communication. Not the essence of building strong, sustainable relationships. So let's tap in.
I like his drive, and that's kind of why we're together. My point is, there needs to be a balance. I'm happy for you to grind. I'm happy for you to do all the things you do. But again, we're in a relationship. The problem with you is you think we're business partners. We're not. I need love as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got a business, I work, but I still feed you. I still love on you, but I don't get, it's not reciprocated.
So hang on, Paul, do you feel that you're giving as good as you get in the love stakes?
Well, to be fair, I thought I did, but now I'm thinking to myself, like, do you trust me?
What?
Yes or no?
I do trust you.
Okay. If you trust me and you trust my judgment and you know that between the both of us, we both got ourselves to the position where we are, which is a better position than we were in, why would you not continue to trust the process?
Because you've eradicated the whole love aspect of our relationship. I'm a woman. I'm not wood. Do you understand? Like, I've got a heart.
Can I just ask, what's the last loving thing you did for
Denise?
Yeah, Denise.
Look, we're not going to play the whole turn each other against each other. When's the last time you bought flowers? Look, forget about all of that. Let's get down to what it is now. Just to briefly go over this, right? As far as I understand, you've been called or employed rather to basically help us in our relationship to get better, right? Okay. So how do you think you're doing so far?
Okay, first, don't be rude. I like his drive, and that's kind of why we're together.
Okay, so just so we clear about something, she said I like, because she communicated well. She said she gave him a compliment first and said what she liked about him, but then she said what she needs from him, which is, I need you to love on me. Now, most people know what we mean when we say love on each other. We don't mean make sure our contracts are signed neatly. That's not what loving on each other means, because she just made it clear. We're successful. We worked. We got it. Cool. The bag is the bag. But she said, I need you to love on me. I'm a woman. I am not just your business partner, right? That was very clear. His response is, do you trust me? What that got to do with what she said? Okay, I trust you. Well, why don't you trust the process? Meaning that you're going to get to the place where you need to be at that you currently are not at right now. Can you acknowledge where you're not at right now? Can you acknowledge my feelings? This is the problem that is clear to me when I see something even as short as that. And for him to turn to the counselor and say, how good of a job do you think you're doing? Because she attempted to ask him, well, when is the last time you loved on her? I see where she gave him an out when she said, well, when is the last? Because if he would have answered her and said, well, the last time I loved on you was this morning. Now the ball is back in her court to say, well, why don't you appreciate when he does love on you? But instead of him taking the out, he want to be, as they say for women, childish. Because, only women can be childish in their mind, only women. He want to be like a woman and be childish. And it's like, that's not going to get your relationship better. It's just going to lead you down the road of divorce. Like it's very clear. Answer the question and be honest. Like, you don't have to take it offensively, because she literally said, I like that you are ambitious, but I also need this. That is not an attack on him. But the fact that he's hostile and he felt attacked says that he doesn't really appreciate what she's doing for him, which means he's probably one of those 50-50 niggas.
Exactly. And this is the thing. And again, this is to, just give people some perspective, get perspective. The perspective is this: while you want to be the lazy lion, and want a woman to bring the food to you and bring the coochie to you and bring the kids to you and don't expect nothing from you and just serve you, what you're doing is a disservice to yourself, to the longevity of your relationships, to the sanctity and the strength of your family units, because your mentality is throw because y'all think y'all is a lion. And then when women don't want to be bothered, y'all get upset. But even in nature, we see this. Why he look so much? Why he look so shocked though? Why he look so shocked though, y'all? Why he look so shocked? Holy shit!
His face. That right here. Come back around and look at that face.
I'm a freeze baby.
Right here.
He said, "Oh no, I was just trying to get some bones. I was just trying to get some bones." She said, "You get the hell out of my."
He was surprised as a motherfucker, which means he wasn't expecting that, but he got his lion wake up call.
Yes, he did. Now, I'm about to take y'all somewhere else, and I know y'all not ready. I know y'all not ready. Well, I'm sorry. It needs to be said.
Now, brothers, sometimes we don't make enough money. And our wives work. That puts a whole different thing when the woman is working. She come home, she tired. She would work 8 hours. You work 8 hours. But her work is never done. Children in daycare, in school. She come home, she got to go get the children. When she gets the children, she got to bring them home. When she gets them home, they're starting to arguing and fussing, and she got to get the house ready because you coming home, get some food there. Hey, man, that's a lot of stress. That's right. So you can't expect from a working woman what you expect from a woman that's in that house all day long. So don't come home like you the inspector with a white glove on. There's some dust. You're damn right. Get a rag, baby, and dust.
Come on now, prophet. Come on now, prophet.
Lord help, yes. Okay. Hey, go. That's right. Go get a rag.
Go get a. Yes.
Jeez.
You know, I thank God every day for the men that I have encountered in life.
Mm-hmm.
Because the men that I have encountered have been governed by God, so they understand their role in a family dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
They're not these ego-driven, pompous buffoons running around on social media like just because they have a penis swinging and they stand up to pee, that they are the light.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna give it to you 1 second, sis. Just like before when we were talking about Skemet and Baset, right? As above, so below. This is in your Bible as well.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in existence has a pairing. Even the human psyche. The goal is to get midline so you can be healthy and sustainable to maintain some air of homeostasis, which is why when we look at psychology as a whole, we talk about the id, the superego, and the ego.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's your rational mind, your emotional mind, and your wise mind. Wisdom is being able to pull off of rationality and emotions to make the best decision for the best viable outcomes, for the happiest and most sustainable outcomes. Y'all are not having conversations to that effect. Go ahead, sis.
No, I 1000% agree. I do. And I think the fact that there's certain conversations that it's not even that that they're not even having it to a degree. They're not having it at all. So it's like they say, well, some men are saying, well, my wife has to stay home. Well, if she has to stay home, do you make enough to sustain a home? And when we ask them, what's your income? What state you live in? And we look up the median income and what a house costs and run the bills. And I think me and you did that before. We see they, by and large, cannot afford one wife. You see what I'm saying? Let alone at home. And for the men that say, well, you know, she has to work. Well, okay, she got to work to match, like they said in the beginning, your lifestyle or vice versa. And when we ask, well, are you the leader? A lot of them will say, yeah, I'm the leader, even though it's a 50-50 thing. But then it's like, well, what makes you the leader? What are you the leader in? And they would say, well, God endowed me with leadership. And one is saying, well, what leadership in what? What do you mean? Because I've heard people even comment to me like that and say, well, God gave man dominion over the earth and rulership over women. And I'm like, well, when you say rulership over women, let's just start there, right? Never mind the earth. Rulership over women. What does that mean? Nobody is even talking about that. Like I always say, as a man, you shouldn't have to tell a woman to clean a house that she live in. No man has ever told me, hey, clean my house. Clean the house. Make sure the kids are not dirty. Like, these are my children. What are you talking about? Like, no man has to tell me to wash my vagina. Like it's like, what are you telling me to do? Like, nobody has to tell me to go left if left is the only place to go. Like, nobody has to tell me that. So what do you need to quote unquote rule over a woman for? Because truth be told, the Bible did say you will rule over a woman, but it also said love her the same way you want, you know, God to love you back and the way you love God. Like, you're supposed to love in love. Okay. You're supposed to rule over people in love. Like I know that there's other verses that kind of go against the idea of that, but that's when you're talking about individual personal relationships. Like I always say, there's no perfect relationship in the Bible between a man and a woman. Like none. Adam and Eve, Abraham and Sarah, who else? Jesus and his anonymous girlfriend, whatever. There's no perfect relationships out here. So it's like, well, what is that really saying to us? That you're supposed to make it perfect by ruling over somebody in a way that looks more akin to, you know, slavery or abuse? No, not at all. That's not what that means. So it's like, I love it when people quote things, because now we can really talk about it. But the problem is we're not really talking about the truth of what we're talking about. We're just saying, hey, we're the leaders. We're not talking about, well, what are you leading in? Nobody is talking about the what are you leading in. They're talking about the fact that they are supposed to lead and that they are the leaders and they need respect as leaders. But they're not talking about what are you supposed to physically do to get that respect. Like the girl said, we making money. You going to work every day, but you're not treating me like I'm a woman. She's losing respect for him as a person because she's not being treated with a certain level of respect herself. So therefore, what is he supposed to lead in? My father always said, as a man, you're supposed to lead in intelligence in a relationship. You're supposed to lead in how they're supposed to react to circumstances. If you want your wife to be a woman that's well thought out when things happen, she got to see you doing that first. Like, for real. If you're not showing compassion when you out at dinner to the waiters and stuff like that, why do you expect her to do that?
Well, this is the thing. A lot of these supposed alleged so-called men want to lead out of fear, not lead out of respect. But leaders that are feared wind up getting assassinated. Leaders that are respected wind up being revered. And they stand up well in history. But, you know, I was going to save this for a different show, but I think this is appropriate to the conversation. This is what relationships look like. And while a lot of people really enjoyed this movie because they you know, identified with the husband in this movie, I don't think they really heard what the wife said. So we're going to let them hear today.
For 18 years? I gave 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot as you. Don't you think I ever wanted other things? Don't you think I had dreams and hopes? What about my life? What about me? Don't you think it ever crossed my mind to want to know other men? That I wanted to lay up somewhere and forget about my responsibilities? That I wanted someone to make me laugh so I could feel good? I took all my feelings, my wants and needs and dreams, and I buried them inside you. I planted a seed and watched and prayed over. I planted myself inside you and waited to bloom. It didn't take me no 18 years to realize the soil was hard and rocky and it was never gonna bloom. I held you tighter. You was my husband. I owed you everything I had, every part of me I could find to give you. And upstairs in that bedroom with the darkness falling in on me, everything I had to try and erase the doubt that you wasn't the finest man in the world, and wherever you was going, I was gonna be there with you because you was my husband. Because that's the only way I was gonna survive as your wife. You're always talking about what you give and what you don't have to give. But you take too, Troy. You take. For 18 years? I gave 18.
But y'all take, and y'all take, and y'all take, and you always talking about what you don't have to give in return. See, it's not just about what you don't give to your wife. It's about what you don't give to your children. It's about what you don't give to your community. It's about what you don't give to the people that are coming up behind you. See, a leader knows that a leader has to pour into the people that are their subordinates. You think we as women don't know? Y'all are not fertile ground. A woman's job in life is to take ground that is not fertile, to till the soil, to hydrate the soil, to make the soil viable so that anything can grow. And what we find consistently is women plant the seed and they bury themselves inside of men that do not even understand the reciprocity of submission. Oh, well, the Bible just says, wives, submit to your husbands. Y'all don't even know how to read the Bible that you quote. Because if you did, you would simply stop talking. Because in the Bible, it says, husbands, you're supposed to love your wives like Christ loved the church. Do you understand how Christ loved the church? Christ loved the church so much so that he gave his life. He didn't even want to do it. Go back and you read into the Garden of Gethsemane when he stayed 40 days and 40 nights and the devil was tempting him and everybody was like, well, you don't really have to do it. You know, God did that. Just ask God to, let somebody else do it. He was tormented within himself. And through the struggle, while he carried his own cross, splinters digging into his own skin, getting rocks thrown at him, getting beaten on the walk up Calvary Mountain, he still loved the church, that he understood the assignment and completed the mission. Why can't y'all complete the mission past the end of your penises? I'm confused.
That's some real shit. That's some real shit. I don't think people read that far into the story to see that, he loved the church so much that even when he didn't want to pour into it, he still had to beyond the point of his life. So it's like, if you are mimicking him in any way, talking about you're the leader, but somebody needs to do all this crazy stuff for y'all. No. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there's not an equal, like Ross said, it's not an equal mindset on the other side when it comes to women. But right now we talk about men because there's a lot of men that are associating themselves with imagery, iconography, like lions, right? And not even thinking past the basic point of beyond their penis of saying, well, what characteristics of a lion do I embody? Truly, which ones? And when we actually look at a lion and we like, well, lions are often attacked by the females. Lions don't typically provide for the female. They provide for themselves and everybody else. Lions may do a perimeter walk, but lions typically do not do a lot of fighting for lionesses. It's until he's met with another lion that wants to come and kill him and impregnate all of the lionesses and delete all his kids.
Wait. let's put it in terms that they can understand. You know, my favorite song is by Robert Frost song. There's something and it says I burn. Use language we can comprehend. It's like two pimps, right? You got one pimp that got a stable of hoes, getting money, bringing the food in. All right, they working 20 Normandy and Weston. Okay, then you got another pimp that come up on over to Normandy and Weston, and he's like, "Oh, I'm about to get all of these hoes." All these hoes finna work for me. That is the only time that a lion, aka pimp, gets up to fight. Cause he's like, shit, you ain't finna take food out my mouth. You ain't finna make me go in the street. And I gotta be a nomad running around these streets trying to look for something to eat, trying to look for some cuddy buddy. Cause it ain't gonna be nothing for me if you oust me about this pride. Hold up now, young blood. We're gonna have to fight. But little did y'all know, lions submit to lionesses. But don't take my word for it.
Watch that face.
Them folks said we getting the hell out of here.
Oh, she did my move right there. She did my move right there. Just took him and went to the floor like I can fight better on my back, bitch. Like, yeah.
He thought he had it.
Yeah, he thought.
She's like, go ahead, play with it.
No.
And his Facebook pages. Oh, child, wait a minute. Yes, honey. You thought you were strong, but you left. What happened? Because you ain't get the act right you thought you was gonna get, honey. Listen, y'all gotta stop.
Submission? Where?
So when y'all is running around in these mass hordes, and of course we ain't expect and there'll be 150,000 million people over here because you know a lot of these women's is hoodwinked and bamboozled, honey. They turtles for real. See, that's what Lola didn't want to say earlier. A lot of them not lionesses. They turtles. They real slow and shit, right? They like a snail, okay? They not gonna win the race because they be getting their ass whooped and then they stay. Or they pretend to leave and then they go back to get their ass whooped some more because they're not strong enough to know that they're gonna be all right and they're gonna make it.
That part. Yeah. They're not strong enough to even know that, and then let alone have courage enough to allow that to be the case. Like they don't even have that in them, but they are quick to call somebody a hyena. They're quick to talk, that down talk to women. You see what I'm saying? And it's so weird because it's like, again, you're
calling other people pick-me's and mammies.
That right there. You want to call everybody else pick-me's, mammies, and all that, and you're not even really understand. Like, if you want to call the name, call the name. But if you don't really understand what you're saying, right, it only reflects on you. Because I'll tell you, if I call somebody a mammy, I'm speaking of it from a historic standpoint, and I'm calling you a mammy. Usually women that want to literally coddle men underneath of them, this is where I would say, like, yeah, you doing that mammy thing. If I say you will pick Misha, you see what I'm saying, or pick Mick Curran, whatever. I'm saying that you're attempting to be male identified when in reality you're really not. You're a snake hidden in the bushes in some clothing. You're not really for men and their quote unquote leadership. You're just trying to be picked. You're not authentically you. You know what I mean? Like, you're just not. So that's why I say that. But like, I'm not about to sit here and call you a hyena, because I'm gonna be honest with you. When you look at hyenas, right, that they don't represent really what these people are talking about. They really don't. They're saying, well, hyenas cackle or whatever. They make a sound, and to say, well, women cackle, it's like, are you saying that men don't gossip? Are you saying that men don't bicker with one another, let alone other women? Are you saying that men don't exercise jealousy and bouts of, emotionalism that leads to somebody being deleted? Like, are you saying that men don't make emotional decisions that land them in places they really don't want to be? Are you saying that? No, right? But you're quick to call a woman a hyena and then look at these men as kangs represented by images of lions.
Well, here's the thing. The negative attributes they try to give to hyenas is not actually the characteristics or traits that hyenas are known for. Don't believe me? Let's look. Hyenas have long forelegs and powerful neck and shoulders for dismembering and carrying prey. Hyenas are tireless trotters with excellent sight, hearing, and smell for locating carrion. They are proficient hunters as well. All hyenas are more or less nocturnal. Hey, Moxie. Now let's talk about the hyena's personality. Analysis suggests that hyena personality traits were rated with generally high reliability, broad dimensions, assertiveness, excitability, human directed agreeableness, sociability, and curiosity. So when y'all trying to be diminutive and diversive,
right?
You don't even know calling women hyenas is really a fucking compliment at the end of the day. There's no negative to a hyena. Damn, y'all tried it. But again, we're talking about people that don't have intelligence and logic.
They're being very, as I say, immature to even continue with that rhetoric, because for instance, calling a woman an animal, right, psychologically puts people in the mindset of seeing people as animals, right? Meanwhile, associating, let's say, stronger animals with men, when that's not even the truth of the matter, puts people in a different psychology. We've seen that during the time of, in the antebellum South, when, black children would never be called children. They were called pickaninnies. Black women were never called women. You see what I'm saying? They would call all sorts of things, but never women. Black men were never called human. They were called it. You see what I'm saying? That's because when you call a thing, you put people in the mindset of whatever you're calling it. So if you want to sit and edify someone and say that man over there is black versus it is black, you see what I'm saying? It's a psychology. So what you're trying to do is move society to see women as dogs, because society has a problem with how they treat dogs, right? Even though dogs are very intelligent and emotional creatures, they have a problem with how they treat dogs. So you want to associate women with dogs and then parcel certain women out that are in alignment with the BS. I'm telling you, history can only repeat itself at this point. It can't.
This the thing though, right? Taking it back to what we were saying earlier about dogs. Dogs man best friend. So if you want to liken a woman to a dog,
what are you saying?
Right. You want us to be your best friend, but you don't know how to treat the dogs that you say we are. Damn. But also, some African tribes view hyenas as symbols of royalty and power, associating them with mystical abilities and ancestral spirits. However, in other cultures, hyenas are considered scavengers and tricksters, associated with death, darkness, and even witchcraft. So which society are y'all? Because the last time I checked, the people calling women hyenas is African in origin.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know your ancestors, ho? Do you know your roots? Or are you very aligned with white supremacy?
Yeah. It's that covert alignment too. It's not overt. It's covert. It's like they're not gonna ever say, "Well, I support white supremacy," right? They're not gonna say, "I support chauvinism." They're not gonna say that, right? But what they are gonna do is say things like, these women hyenas, right? And just keep you in the mindset to thinking that you're just a stupid. You see what I'm saying? That you don't understand what hyenas are and what they represent, and then continue to, let's say, inundate you with propaganda to get you to thinking, well, women that don't agree with you are equivalent to animals, and you're better than them by default. Yeah, that part.
Child, listen, I laugh at a lot of these people because I look at them and I know that they're not thriving.
Yeah, they're not.
They're barely surviving, and this is all a play to align themselves with other people that are traumatized in order to attain money. So, in fact, that makes them low key in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are tricksters. Y'all are devils, really, on this platform. But we know in this portion of human society, the devil has a little bit of favor. Because God said He gonna give the devil reign and dominion. But it's up to the individual. Do you want to live a righteous life, or do you want to live a devious one? And don't ever get this twisted, because a lot of people be like, "Oh, Rabbi, you say you know so much. Oh, Rabbi, you always talking about God. Oh, Rabbi, yeah, Rabbi is talking about God in a lot of ways." Shout out to my Islamic teaching. Y'all better understand the 99 attributes of God. Not all 99 of them are sugars, glitters, and unicorns. They're not. Even in the Christian gods, attributes, Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Sinkanu. Y'all better start doing your research. God is a God of balance, not just a God of love.
Right.
What are y'all on? It's
right. But again, they're not really reading. They're just passing on this information because, as I heard earlier today, this space was created for men to simply complain, not to correct women. This space where women are being talked about was not here to hold women accountable, to talk to women, to do anything with women. It was just for men to come and have a place where they can spew their grievance, right? Because women were able to spew their grievance, even though we know literally it was illegal for women to gather at some point in the United States. As of the last 200 years, it was illegal for women to gather and talk about certain things. You just couldn't. You see what I'm saying? You ran the risk of being told you were a witch and drowned. So it's like,
shout out to the Salem witch trials.
That's what I'm saying. But they want to talk about, we made a space for men to be able to get their point across. Meanwhile, society is ran by men. The laws are governed by men. Like Congress is 99.9% men. Like, it's like, what are we talking about? But well, okay, cool. Let them run them out.
They lied to you. They lied to you. Because what do we always hear in that sector, in those spaces? When nobody holds women accountable. We got to hold women accountable. Accountability. Oh, well, accountability. Why are they allowed to do this? Why are they allowed to do that? They spent the past 70 years talking about us, so we should be allowed to do whatever we want to do because we're always held accountable and nobody cares what they do.
That said to me this morning, nobody cares what women do. Nobody cares.
Damn, for people that don't care, y'all spend a lot of time talking about some shit you don't care about. I just got to keep it framed.
Yeah.
Y'all don't care enough that y'all have whole platforms, brands, lifestyles funded, clothes, merchandise, and some motion songs. That's why you became a baby mama. All type of stupid shit. Because y'all don't care. Bitch, stop lying. Like, just stop the cap. Y'all mad because you get divorced and you lose your money. Well, y'all the leader, ain't you? And y'all are not following traditional mores, if we want to be quite frank. Because traditionally, the leader that finds a wife is supposed to pay a dowry. What y'all pay in divorce, the select few of you that actually have to pay alimony in divorce, because the parameters in order to get alimony are quite fucking high. And a lot of you don't have relationships that last past the first year, much less 5, 10, 15, and 20 years, which is when alimony really kicks in. And alimony is contingent upon joint property, business ventures. If you only have fucking debt in a marriage, ain't nobody getting no motherfucking alimony. But on top of that, y'all not paying dowries to the family for taking their pride from the family.
They're not paying. Not at all. Like, they're not paying. No. In fact, culturally, it's normal for the woman's father or family to pay for the wedding. That's how off we are from, tradition. Why is the woman's family paying for y'all to get married? You're supposed to be paying a dowry based on real tradition. You're taking that woman from her father. So you're supposed to pay for what you're taking. How is the man supposed to pay you to take her? How is that? What part of tradition is that?
So this is the thing. How it works is the man is supposed to give a big enough dowry that the woman's family paying for the wedding is not a deficit.
Correct. Gotcha.
So that's how that's supposed to go. It's like, okay, you sowed into our family and you planted a seed because you are extracting our daughter. So as a gift back to you, because you are able to sow into the family, so you're going to be able to provide a certain level of living for our daughter, we are going to leave you with this parting gift. And they don't even understand too that in a lot of cultures, the daughter's not even leaving the household.
Correct.
Until she's married with the house. See, not only will you pay into the daughter's family is going to house the daughter and the husband until they can buy a home and go out on their own. So this particular segment and this portion of society is so marauded, so idle brain, that y'all don't even realize y'all trying to kick your kids out the door as soon as they hit 17 and a half. Let their birthday be in the summertime, okay? As soon as they get out of school or in June or May or whatever, that's the same day y'all giving them job applications and the boot in the ass out the fucking door. Y'all not preparing your children for greatness. Y'all not investing into their financial futures because y'all need Balenciaga, Gucci, Fendi, Prada. Y'all need to be out here stunting with these fake ass fucking jewelries that y'all buying by GLD and some more shit. Don't let me get the reading y'all niggas today. Y'all don't know shit about a trust fund, creating a trust fund, baby, shoring up your children's futures, hell, even paying for their college education, which is why so many children today, especially in this demographic, have a phenomenal amount of student debt. Even y'all niggas try to sit there and make women feel bad for wanting to have an education and be educated to have the potential to have a more viable future and improve the station of the generations they're leaving behind. Something is wrong with y'all. Y'all is sick.
Yeah. The sickness is coming from within at this point. It's coming from within. It ain't even coming from without. It's coming from within. It's not somebody else, some white man forcing you to do something. It's coming from within at this point. And honestly, it's a complaint that when people are talking about en masse, well, women are not submissive en masse, right? The question should be, well, at what point were all women submissive? 1950? Do we need to take a walk down what 1950 looked like when it came to the society? Because people don't understand. In 1950, right, these were the children who in the the elders of the 50s were the people who were the children in the 1920s, who were most sexually liberated, who were more agile in terms of their saying, forget society norms. We're going to do what we want to do. The 50s was the place where a lot of times, even in the civilized world, you had uncivilized stuff happening to people, i.e., people still getting hanged. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Sexual assault for certain people was commonplace. You feel me? Like the problems of the 50s is something that we just started to get away from, but you want to go back there because you want to cherry pick what's so great about women in the 50s. Meanwhile, in the 50s, 98% of Black household women worked. We know that. 98% of Black women in 1950 had a job, part-time or full-time, whether you was up north or if you was sharecropping in the South. You had a job, period. My great-grandparents, all of them had jobs. I mean, everybody had a job. I don't care where they was at in the United States. So when we say go back to the 50s when women were baking cakes, what women? The top 1%? What women?
But let's be honest, right? And hey, Chris, welcome. Let's be honest. The 50s gave birth to the 60s. Now, the birth control technology revolution happened in 1964. Why did that happen? That happened because women were going to back alleys and getting deletions.
Mm-hmm.
They were getting deletions. So because they were getting these deletions and they were, dying, which means that there was people having ex parte intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They were having sex with people that weren't their spouse or their husband, men and women.
Mm-hmm.
So when was their submission? Because there wasn't. And I think Dirty Dancing is one of the best depictions of that era. Oh, I'm sorry, Dirty Dancing doesn't depict the Black woman as the bad guy. So these people don't know about Dirty Dancing. Right. But Dirty Dancing depicts a woman that was a dancer. She went to a back alley to have a deletion, jacked herself up. The daughter wound up being disobedient to the father, becoming a dancer, doing too much. Nobody puts baby in a corner. And the father had to save the woman that had the back alley deletion. So what are we talking about?
The 50s.
Right. Even the 40s was a problem. Even the 20s and the 30s was a problem. Y'all forget the Roaring 20s. The Roaring 20s, there was flop houses. Okay? There was prohibition and flop houses, and then you had the Great Depression where everybody was doing a little bit of anything, something strange for a piece of change, just so they could survive up and through that bitch. Okay? In the 1910s, what did we have? We had people taking cocaine for headaches. Okay, and before that, you had the full ironclad handcuffs of slavery. What are y'all talking about? Y'all don't know enough history to be trying to make these historical references. You sound stupid. And when Black people in particular got released or emancipated, we got emancipated to become more taxable items. And so that the people, the plantation owners that had gained much wealth off of the backs of their slaves could now gain even more wealth off of the people that had no idea of the laws and how to even use money. So from the moment we were freed from servitude, Black women were washing clothes, still cleaning up after these white people, still being nursemaids and everything else. There wasn't no time where Black men were able to keep their wives home and they were submitting. But y'all, let's let Chris get in here because we got Chris up here looking like a Pan-American. Go ahead, Chris.
A Pan-American? What, a mannequin? As you said. Oh yeah, I'll be looking like that. But look, I always wonder this, right? I think it's a pointless argument because when men talk about the old days, when you think about it, right? A lot of the laws were created. Like, for example, the child support laws was created for the fact that men created families. Then the woman got old. They be like, oh, man, she old. I need to give me a younger version. So he leave her with all the kids. And then we as men said, I'm not going to pay for your damn kids that you leaving. I'm about to create some structure or something to where you got to pay for that because you did that. So then they're asking women, right, to go back to the old days. But when we had the upper hand, although it wasn't us, I guess our forefathers, so to say, abused the women, did all kind of bad stuff to the women. So y'all would be crazy to go back to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all would be crazy to say, oh, I'm gonna go back to letting the men be in control so they can use and abuse us when we got all these laws and all these rules and stuff. So for me, I think men need to work with women to figure out what y'all really want, not try to go back to the old days. Them days is done. You know what I'm saying?
I agree that we're not going backwards. Even if we wanted to go backwards in some sense, we're not going backwards. So the nostalgia of, well, women need to go back to da 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 da. It's like, listen, deal with where you at and then move. Don't try to move back to the place you fell at because you wasn't successful back then. Like Black people was not successful when they were doing whatever the hell they were doing back then. They was not successful. Granted, there was a short period of time where Black people were flourishing within their own communities. But then when they come outside their communities, or those communities get inundated with Black men dealing with white women, for all the cities that got burned down and Black men that died over fucking around with, you know what I mean, the wrong women. This was not success for the country, for men to be dying because they whistle at a woman or because they get involved with a woman. That was not success. But it's like, well, let's go back to those days. It's like, what days of success were we at? So my thing is, I'm not even trying to say, well, you know, there was nothing that happened right at any point in time. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that for where we're at right now, we can't do the whole cherry picking thing and think we're going to be successful, because I see that happening a lot where we'll say, well, this particular community has done good when it comes to their women, and over here, and we're going to cherry pick what we want from each culture and try to put it all together and do something new with it. And it's like, that's not how they go. For instance, the reason
I think about this, right?
And the reason,
right, Lola? Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, the reason why Asian women, right, are so whatever they are, I'm not going to call them anything, but whatever they are, has a lot to do with the reason why they're more susceptible to going outside their men than staying in their culture. But people look at the way they act and say, oh, well, we want our women to be like that. But you want your women to be sleeping around with other cultures at 3 times the rate of all men. You don't want that, but you want Asian women's quote unquote submission that you seem to think is real. And I know it ain't real, but this is the cherry picking I'm talking about.
This is the thing. And I think next Saturday, we need to go a little deeper into this. Because I've been seeing a lot of things on social media where these women from other cultures, honey, they're not going. They ain't going. They like, I'm so tired of these Black dudes because they be thinking, you know, and they ultimately, to surmise, they ultimately feel disrespected. They feel disrespected to be fetishized in such a way. Like, y'all are literally so out of touch with reality that y'all don't even realize, like, how y'all coming off. Y'all coming off to other cultures like you don't give a good goddamn about them. That the only thing you give a fuck about is how you can fuck on them.
What I don't get right, Robbie, is do you think that men just now started passporting?
No.
So then why is it a big ass movement about getting your passport and going overseas? I never understood that. Men been doing that shit since like forever.
No, you got to understand something. It's new money. Wealth whispers. New money real loud. So these motherfuckers be talking about a lot of stuff because they ain't never had money before. But hold on, y'all. Excuse me, y'all. Just give me woman. Hey, handsome.
Hey, baby. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you today? Looking fine as
I'm
ever.
good. You got your shoulders out and everything. Oh, shit. Look at you.
Look at them lips, though.
Listen, you know what? You know why these lips look so good? It's because I'm not evicted. That's what happens.
Shut the fuck up.
When you're not evicted, you ain't got to go through these problems. Yeah. When you're not looking at eviction dead in the face. Hold on, excuse me for a second, y'all. Yeah, when you're not looking at eviction dead in the face, sometimes you can do things. You know what I'm saying? You can do things like not be evicted. You know.
I'm gonna pop you.
What y'all up here talking about? I'm over here terrorizing folks. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Hey, Miss Oshun, how you doing, sis?
Hi.
Y'all good. Hey,
what's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Listen, I'm not evicted. I'm doing good.
Lord Jesus. We is over here talking about, you know, female lions and lionesses.
Yeah. Well, female lions and lionesses. Oh, effeminate lions. Got you.
Yeah, well, we're talking about these men that want to sit here and say that they are, they're lions, and what actually happens with the female lion.
Oh, I can tell you exactly what happens. See, sometimes when you be lioning too much as a lion, sometimes you got to get evicted by the pride. See, the pride comes up and they just let your ass know it's time for your ass to go. See, you can't be a lion, roar, roar, beating on your chest and all this, that, and the other. Next thing you know, they come with them. Where they come with that. Where's the money? Where's the money at? And then they be like, the money is right there. And they be like, okay, well, the money may be right there, but you got to go. You got to go.
But Sal, these lioness will evict a lion because they
You're absolutely right.
Don't like him that day. He could have actually hunted something and brought it home, and they like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck you. And then just killed his ass. That's how lioness actually do. But people think that they so prestigious and calling everybody else hyenas. It's like, I don't know about y'all, but lioness don't need a reason to put you out.
They don't, or even better, some lioness will just get the fuck up and move. You see what I'm saying? Huh? What? We talking about the animal kingdom, God's creation, Heavenly Father. Hallelujah. Listen, sometimes when the lioness is getting enough of your bullshit, when your mane is looking all tattered and dusty and decrepit, and they make you get a haircut, and then they make you clean up to look good for the rest of the pride, and then you go out for the rest of the pride, and the pride look at you and they say that you ain't so prideful no more. You got to go. You gotta go. And then especially if you're messing with the head lioness, you can't be fucking with the head lioness, because the head lioness is the main bitch that hold the whole goddamn thing together. And when the head lioness say it's time to go, it's time to go. You got 5 days.
The alpha female.
Yes, the alpha female. But wait, see, you over here being petty, but Chris was just walking us down a different road. So we're gonna let y'all talk about it. The new phenomenon with the passport hoes and the swirling and divesting, because I could have swore swirling and divesting been going on since Jesus came.
Most passport bros are finding defeat when they retreat to these other countries, right? Because when they go to these other countries, they think they're gonna find baby, how do I always say it? Fit, feminine, and friendly. They think they're gonna find these beautiful women who gonna rub on their back and suck on their toes and do all the wonderful things that they can't find back at home. And they get out there and they find out, like, they go to open their wallet, they be like, oh baby, yeah, I'm a little empty right now. Can you be fit, feminine, and friendly? And they be like, you broke. So why you can't even afford fit, feminine, and friendly? What we doing here? And then they want to come right back to the States. But before they do that, while they on their way to get on that aeroplane to fly out to these decrepit countries and these third world civilizations where they think they're gonna get some easy play, they do nothing but talk shit about the sisters before they go. Y'all bitches this, y'all bitches that.
Say, like, can you add in the fact that when they go over there, they be getting like twos and shit. Like, I be seeing it. Like, I would get
when they go over there, they get golden 2. And they swear that she a pristine 10 compared to what's back at home. But then they find out that golden 2 that they got is only there for the money. Where my camera at? The money. And then when the money is gone, they out here looking broke.
Hey, hold up. Say, like, hold up, bro. So you telling me, right, that they get confused once the money's gone?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Now, hold up, bro. Now, hold up. Run me down to this one more time.
You know how many?
So you mean
passport? Hold on. You know how many passport bros is going through endangerment right now because they stuck in countries that they thought they was gonna go over there and just find some easy pussy? No, these dudes is getting stranded. They now going like, you probably got a good handful of dudes who have went overseas and have found success within the sexual marketplace.
So hold on.
Let me finish this. You got it. Let me finish this. You got it. You got a ton of dudes who have cleared out bank accounts, unenrolled the kids from school, drained the life savings, divorced their wives, and went overseas and said, I think I'm gonna go find me some fit, feminine and friendly pussy. And guess what? They find out once they go broke, they ain't staying. But go ahead, you
So
got it.
hold up. So you mean so I was looking the other day, so I guess to go like overseas like 1,500, 2 bands, right? So you mean to tell me they done spent 2 bands to go over there and then when they ran out of money, the girls be like, oh, you ain't got no money? I'm done with you type shit.
Yes.
So those same 2 bands he could have spent like over here, right?
So I'm gonna use me and you for example. You
All
got
right,
10
okay. I'm
bands,
trying to
you
help.
got 10 bands, I got 8
Okay.
bands. We both spend 2 bands to go over there. You got 8
Okay.
bands, I got 6 bands. When my 6
All
bands
right.
run out, the fit, feminine, and friendly that was around me go around you because you still got 2 bands to spend. Now
Okay.
let's say you circle up on your 2 bands and turn it into 8. Why would they stay around me if I'm broke? I don't have nothing to offer. Yeah, it is cheap over there, but here's the thing: I'm broke. You're not.
This is the part I don't get, right? So basically they saying you go get the woman, it's like going to order some shit at Piccadilly's. Like you walk in there, let me get this woman, that woman, and this, that, and the third, right?
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then how come like when I see them on there, they get like the women that look like basic, so to say? Why isn't that if you're paying, you get like at McDonald's, they got, you know, like the value menu, but then they got like the premium sandwich. So I'm wondering like why don't they get the premium sandwich?
Because the allure over there and the allure over here is different to them psychopathically. So when they over there, the allure over there is cheap, they friendly, they fit, they more malleable to what it is that I want. But when the money is gone, then they walk away. Over here, they just think everything I'm about to dish out is gonna be gone today. So they'd rather go over there. But then when they get over there, they barely know the language. They know all of the quips and the sayings to get in your pocket. Let's just be honest. But then now you stuck. So you over in a third world country and you broke. What do? The passport bro theory works to a degree. But that's the thing though. What happens when you can't afford it no more?
Well, that's when the finesse game come in, which they don't have. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the finesse game. That's when you're supposed to be finessing. You know what I'm saying? Running the game. You know what I'm saying? You get somewhere to stay a couple days, whatever. But they don't know how to do that. So that's a whole nother discussion for another day.
The trusty duffel bag technique that didn't work here, so now you're gonna do it over there. Go ahead, Ms. Lola. You got it.
Well, here was my concern because I hear over here amongst my own, I hear men complaining about transactional relationships all the time. Like even if everybody's doing what they're supposed to do, if there's no actual love there, I hear at least my community of men saying, "Hey, she don't even really love me. She don't even really genuinely like me. She just here for the money. She cook because I give her pocketbooks and bands, but she don't really fuck with me like that." Like this is what I hear in my community. So when I see people going overseas and people literally can't even speak English, they can't really talk to each other unless it's money being spent. There is no togetherness. These women typically have a whole nother culture that creates dynamics that we're just not used to here. Okay. I don't see anything positive, even if the woman does look nice. I don't really see the positivity given what people are complaining about over here. I mean, if I'm a woman, right, and I go out on a date with you, and by the end of the day, I ask you, "Hey, can you buy me a new stove?" And it's my first date with you, men in my culture will probably be like, "Shorty, a piece, whatever," and leave me be. But over there, it's like they feel like they're paying for femininity. But if over here, a woman can't ask you for furniture, house payments on the first date, and you see her as being the ultimate epitome of femininity under the circumstances, like it's highly disrespectful. So it's like I don't get it. I don't see how that's successful. And it comes off like a grift to me. Like it's like a whole grift for real. Like, and I'm just saying, like, find love where you find love, but it sounds like a grift.
Oh yeah,
And
it's
I
definitely a
agree.
grift. I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby. My bad.
I agree. But you know what? I want to play that one clip again from Fences. And I want gentlemen, I want y'all opinion on it. Because I think ultimately this is the unspoken truth of our culture.
I gave 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot as you. Don't you think I ever wanted other things? Don't you think I had dreams and hopes? What about my life? What about me? Don't you think it ever crossed my mind to want to know other men? That I wanted to lay up somewhere and forget about my responsibilities? That I wanted someone to make me laugh so I could feel good? I took all my feelings, my wants and needs and dreams, and I buried them inside you. I planted a seed and watched and prayed over. I planted myself inside you and waited to bloom. It didn't take me no 18 years to realize the soil was hard and rocky and it was never gonna bloom. I held you tighter. You was my husband. I owed you everything I had, every part of me I could find to give you. And upstairs in that bedroom with the darkness falling in on me, everything I had to try and erase the doubt that you wasn't the finest man in the world, and wherever you was going, I was gonna be there with you because you was my husband. Because that's the only way I was gonna survive as your wife. You're always talking about what you give and what you don't have to give. But you take too, Troy. You take for 18.
What are y'all thoughts on that, gentlemen?
Nightish and Dr. Steele, y'all more than welcome.
You want me to start?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't ever want to see Viola Davis crying in movies. Let somebody else do it. First
Kick
off,
him off.
but no, respectfully.
See,
I mean, come on, Viola. But I think back in those days, because this is a throwback to some older time, that if you are somebody that's coming out of what's this, the silent generation, I guess. What time will we say? What time frame is this?
Fences was set in 1957. Now, men are always talking about back in the good old days. So 18 years.
Yeah, I know these niggas lie, but what the 50s is like? What is that? Is that the silent generation?
I'm not sure. I'll look that up real quick. But
I mean, I know this in the time
The
frame.
50s and 60s is a silent generation, like you said, Nightish. That's
All right,
silent generation.
Okay, so now this is an older man in the 50s. So Denzel is what, in his like 30s or 40s in the 50s when this is taking place?
Yeah.
So these are people, there was no childhood labor laws, none of that. They didn't even have toys and nothing else. So
No.
they're complete. When we're looking for like compassion, understanding, some kind of like deeper thing with these people, I don't think they had none of that. So he probably just thought, men do this, period. He probably was grunting. He probably didn't even speak to her. He probably didn't even think he could speak to her because he's supposed to do everything by himself. So when she's saying what she's saying back to him, he's probably completely lost. I don't know to come to you and to open myself up to you because I wouldn't be a man then. So I got a woman on the other side of town, and this is a secret and whatever else because this person sees me in some other kind of way, and I don't want to end this here because I have responsibility based on what I know of the movie because I didn't see it. I only know that famous scene where he's talking to his son about, didn't I do this and didn't I do this and didn't I do this? And that's what love is for me. I provided for you and I did this. So I just don't think he has the tools. So I hear what she's saying. And I think in the current time, people cosplay grandma. Because now we know way better than they knew then.
No, not really. And the reason why is because earlier, Robbie played a clip of a UK couple having a discussion with a counselor where the same exact conversation was being had. And it looked like it was this year. And the woman was literally saying, hey, I'm with you, but you're not treating me like a woman. You're not treating me like I'm a person that needs love. You're treating me like a business partner. This is how Denzel was treating her. And it's like how many years apart is that? So when you say, well, maybe we've learned a few things, maybe things are different. Women are not different. Clearly, Viola Davis is no different, is not making one statement that I don't feel today and don't agree with. However, the same thing exists on the male end. It's no difference today. The same stuff is going on, but now we don't have the child labor laws, like you said, and the issues, like you said, but the same crap is happening.
I think the men are cosplaying granddad too, though. So I don't know why a man in current time think he can't be able to talk to his woman or why they can't talk to each other. Back then, that fences, that makes sense. But in current day, as intelligent as women are in current day, if a woman is talking like Viola Davis, current time, when she can't say, listen, nigga, I'm sitting up in this house alone. I'm a young woman. I want to go out and do X, Y, and Z. If she's in current time in a transactional thing where she can't express herself, I don't know why that would be the case today.
Well, wait, I just want to get some clarity about the time so we can label the years correctly. 1894 to 1929 was the silent era, right? The 30s was the dirty 30s. Okay. The 40s, the dirty 30s. The 40s was, hold on a second. 60s was a cultural decade. The 40s was the war years. And the 50s was the golden age of capitalism. Okay.
Okay.
So
but in this movie, Denzel is like what, 30, 40?
Yeah, in this movie, he's got to be a good 40 because they were together for 18 years. So they grew up in the dirty 30s. They survived the war years. And then this takes place in the tail end of the golden age of capitalism. So when we are having these discussions and people are talking about how wonderful it was and how bountiful it was, it's untrue. It's disingenuous in nature because that's not what the climate was. And when they have people like you and Dr. Steele in the building that actually grew up and lived through those eras, that can actually give them accurate depictions.
I wasn't nowhere around in the 30s and 40s. What are you saying, Rob?
In the 50s, I'm talking about.
I wasn't alive in the 50s either. I was born 1970, January 25th.
My bad.
Shit, I wasn't even thought of in the 50s. How dare you, lady?
What year we talking about? 1955?
57, yeah.
57. So all right. So my father was born in 55. So what's the question?
No, like when we have people, well, there's very few men in the space that actually were alive during the 50s and the 60s. But even though you were born in the 70s, your parents are still born from the culture of the 50s and the 60s. So it's still
right. So my father was born in the silent generation. My mother is a boomer. My father don't know how to be nothing else but an asshole. Everything he says is just wild in current time. You literally have to say, don't say nothing right here. Because in his generation, it wasn't no like filters, I guess. Me, I when I'm around certain places, I just be quiet. Completely different.
But this is the thing. I don't think that people need to be quiet. I think people need to start speaking up about the facts and the truth about what actually happened in our community and our culture. Just like when you're showing the evidence of what happened during the shift in 68 when everybody kind of went to welfare and social programmings and like what actually was happening, and people act like you don't know what you're talking about, even though you're showing newsreels and actual footage. I think it's crazy. But Dr. Steele, I want to hear from you too. I don't think you get enough airtime to speak. Talk to us.
Well, my parents were born in the mid 40s. So every time I look at them, I look at biblical roles. My dad was the leader of the house, and my mom was the stay-at-home mom, and things of that nature. I mean, that was the authority. Now, of course, he also he played the role of leader the way the roles should be played. Yeah, he commands, but he also listened as well. He gets, my mom's input on everything we have to do. Earlier, you were talking about leadership, and I think what a lot of people forget about leaders is that leaders are team players too. They got the other people's backs. Earlier, you talked about, let's say both the man and the woman works, right? So, he comes home tired, she comes home tired. I think this is where, the man and the woman should have a conversation about, how could we adjust ourselves and what the man can do to help her, because, let me tell you something. When you're a team player, you'll do anything to help your teammates, even as a leader. Also, I was watching this Israelite group a few days ago, and they actually talked about, well, I forgot what the main topic was, but he touched on the Proverbs 31 woman, which is every man's dream of marrying. Did you know that the Proverbs 31 woman was also bringing in some income? Yeah.
What is that? What is a Proverbs 31 woman?
The Proverbs 31 woman is submissive to her husband. Total submissiveness to her husband. She's loyal to her husband. But in return, just because of that loyalty and submissiveness, her husband honors her. Her husband, treats her like a person who needs to be loved, all because of her submissiveness. That's the Proverbs 31 woman. You understand what I'm saying, right?
I hear what you're saying. I just ain't never seen it, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I also read that verse before, right? In Proverbs 31. It also says that the man is supposed to be respected at the city gate. So it also mentions that the man is supposed to be of someone of integrity or someone of respect as well.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we forget to mention that when we talk about Proverbs 31, is that the man is supposed to have some type of status and respect as well. Something the woman's supposed to respect, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, but what does that respect look like though? Because we see prime examples of incapable men getting marriage. So what does that respect look like? Because I can respect you for being a successful drug dealer. I can also respect you for being a successful hitman. I can also respect you for being a successful teacher. I can also respect you for being a successful politician. What does that respect look like? Are we gauging this respect based on popularity? Or are we gauging this respect based on a measurement that is quantifiable to where everybody under the common banner can understand what that person is?
Everything you said.
So let's read through Proverbs 31. Let's talk about it. The sayings of King Lemuel. An inspired utterance his mother taught him. Listen, my son. Listen, son of my womb. Listen, my son, the answer to my prayers. Do not spend your strength on women, your vigor on those who ruin kings. It is not for kings, Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, not for rulers to crave beer, lest they drink and forget what has been decreed, and deprived all the oppressed of their rights. Let beer be for those who are perishing, wine for those who are in anguish. Let them drink and forget their poverty, and remember their misery no more. Speak up for those who cannot speak up for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and the needy. And then you have in Proverbs 31:10, the wife of noble character. But I want y'all to understand that's prefaced by what kings are supposed to do.
Right. So a minority of men.
Yes. A wife of noble character who can find, she is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. Dang. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She is like the merchant ships bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it is still night. She provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her task. She sees that her trading is profitable and her lamp does not go out at night. In her hand, she holds the staff, and grabs the spindle with her fingers. She opens her arm to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes coverings for her bed. She is clothed in fine linen and purple. Her husband is respected at the city gate, where he takes his seat amongst the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies the merchant with sashes. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household, and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive, and beauty is fleeting. But a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Honor her for all her hands have done, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. So while y'all hate the voice of Venus, beloved, while y'all are sitting over here chasing after women that are beautiful and charming, do they have a strong and healthy fear of God?
No.
No, unfortunately.
So that's a minority woman also. You talking about a minority man and a minority woman. No, they out here talking about where the hoes at.
Right. So exactly. And the Bible speaks of the virtuous man in Proverbs 32. See, this is the thing. Like, and again, I don't judge nobody. Talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. Just don't expect me to follow, because I know better. I know better.
Hold up, Robbie. Where Proverbs 32 at? I ain't never heard of that before.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah, I don't see that one.
Shut
I thought
up.
it was only 31 Proverbs, but okay.
Be quiet. It is only 31. I was looking. I was like, wait, they do. Let me see.
Yeah, I figured that's why I had to ask that question, because Proverbs, I think that's the most valuable book that all men should read. You know what I'm saying? in
How
my
about
opinion.
you said there's no Proverbs 32?
I haven't heard of it. 31 is the last verse, because it addressed
Yeah, I think you
it
better.
addressed women as in Proverbs, right? All through it, that's where you hear people say, it's better to live on the roof than to be with a contentious woman. It says everything, I guess, about life and wisdom. And on 31 verse is about women. It's the only thing about women, actually. That's good.
So this is not true.
Well, I'm gonna have to go back and do research. I never knew Proverbs
I just
32.
want to know, because I can pull my Bible out if we want to turn this into a
I
Bible.
could have sworn it was 31, but you know,
Don't
it was
worry about it.
32.
I get my
Hey.
Bible. Hold on, give me a second.
No, there is no roof 32. Leave alone. Leave alone. Leave it. She made an error in what she typed. Leave alone. Where is the Proverbs 32? Shut up. I hate you.
Give me a second.
I'm gonna go look it up myself. I'm like, hold up, I swear it's 31 verses.
Right?
Yeah, Book of Proverbs should be only 31 of them. Because Proverbs 31, woman is the last of Proverbs for Ecclesiastes.
7:11. All right, let's go to 7.
But as you can see in Proverbs 32, it talks about how a man is respectable and how he gains that respect the right way. He didn't do it by intimidation. He did it. He looks at others and helps others get better. In other words, he empowers others to get better.
Proverbs 32. Y'all Bible don't got Proverbs 32?
No, show us.
It's right. Well, you can't see it because my camera is bright, but Proverbs chapter 32. What Bible y'all ring out of? This is the King James version. What Bible y'all got?
The same one, and I don't see no 32, but okay.
Proverbs 32.
That might be some new stuff or something new.
I just want to make sure we all reading out the same book.
What does it say, Will?
Huh?
What does it say?
It says that Will is a liar, and there's only 31 chapters in Proverbs. That's what it says.
Wait, we
Oh
ain't.
wait,
We ain't.
you know what? I apologize. Let me stop because I don't want to get evicted.
No, we ain't gonna do baby girl like that because there is a Proverbs 32 man. It's not in the Bible, but some writers have decided to compose the Bible and give a Proverbs 32 man. So shout out to Genesis for being woke. Go ahead, sis. Get it popping. Okay. A virtuous man, Proverbs 32 man, an ideal man. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So he said the following attribute that will be mentioned of a Proverbs 32 man, a man of integrity, isn't a standard but a guideline for men who wish to be virtuous. Okay? And it cites a virtuous man is a godly man, citing Romans 10 and 19 and 1 Corinthians 2 and 12. Integrity, citing Exodus 8, 28 through 32, Proverbs 26 through 9, 2 Samuel 12, 1 through 2. A man of faith, citing Job 19, 23 to 29. Leadership, Ephesians 5, 23 to 24, Genesis 2, 21 through 24. Purpose-driven life. Lord Jesus, God, come through. So finally, if any man feels bad about not being equal to the Proverbs 32 man, then he should stop it and feel obliged to try harder and be an ideal man that God seeks. See,
can y'all read Ephesians,
You know what?
whatever those numbers was?
That's some.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
I got it. Ephesians 5, 21 through 26. Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear
23,
of God.
24.
Well, that says 5, 21 to 26. I'm getting the 23, 24. We have 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. 23. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the Savior of the body. 24. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. 25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ has also loved the church and gave himself for it. 26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the word, by the word, And 27. That he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. 28.
And then it says something about Genesis also.
Hold on. 28. So ought men to love their wives as their own body. He that loveth his wife loveth himself and does not find eviction. So saith the Lord. Hallelujah.
Amen.
And you know,
and Genesis 2, 21 through 24. Oh, well, here we go. You know what? We're just going to go right here like this. I don't got time for it. I can't play with y'all today. But for Adam, no suitable helper was found. So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep. And while he was sleeping, he took one of the man's ribs and then closed up the place with flesh. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib he had taken out of the man and brought her to the man. The man said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man. That is why a man leaves his father and mother and is united to his wife, and they become one flesh. Adam and his wife were both naked, and they felt no shame." Y'all supposed to be clinging to your woman.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all supposed to become one with your woman. So this vitriol and hate that a lot of y'all have is pedantic. Child. And to be honest,
So we
with
done
y'all,
picking. Oh, go ahead, baby. My bad.
to be honest with y'all, we're gonna look at Job as well. But a lot of y'all, I know a lot of y'all is the devil because God is not the author of chaos nor confusion.
Stormy says, so not through intimidation and brute force?
Mm-mm.
But unfortunately, some men generated those egos where they rule with those egos instead of with knowledge and compassion and an ideal of empowering others.
And then they find eviction. Got you.
Shut your ass up.
Okay, I'll say this, right? I think that it's kind of obvious that the issue of men and women have been going on for a long time. That's not something that started in the 1950s or in the 1990s when things kind of got rough. Like, that's something, like, if the book has to tell you to love your wife, obviously there's a problem. So it's like, men have been counseled for thousands of years at this point in terms of loving women. Now, notice the book is not in a sense, it's not to women overtly. It's speaking to the head, the leader, and it does address women, but it addresses women from the standpoint of the same standpoint. In a sense, it addresses men in that it says for you to love your husband. However, it speaks to loving the husband issue first, to say you got to love your wife. Because if you can't tell a man to love his wife and then not tell the wife to reciprocate that, or vice versa. So it's like, when you look at history, even if you want to take it from a biblical standpoint, this problem, it didn't just pop up because women don't know how to act and they're wearing short skirts and they got jobs. Clearly, the Bible says as a woman, you should keep a job. Okay, I've seen that. So that's not where it's coming from. I hear a lot of men saying, well, women think that they don't need men because they got jobs. What do you think was the case in ancient China when they were working full time in them rice fields every day? You think they needed a man to work in these fields every day and get paid for it? No. So it's like, we got to be realistic when we talk about the problem with men and women. I think fundamentally we're dealing with the same problem, but I think we're in new times. So it seems like it's a different problem. It seems like women are different than they were back in the day. Our needs are still the same. We're still struggling with the same concepts. We're still reading the same ancient scriptures. So what's the deal? It's like, if we can give each other a little grace to say, hey, maybe this concept is not as easy for us to grasp onto as we might give it credit for. And as men, if we're still struggling, obviously we're the leaders. We can expect our subordinates to struggle with what we are struggling with because we are the strong ones. They're supposed to be the quote unquote weaker vessels. But my thing is, and I know sometimes I might clown a lot, but if you call me a weaker vessel, you're going to have to own that. I'm going to make sure you carry that every day. Call me a weaker anything. I'm going to make sure every time something come up, I remind you I'm the weaker vessel. Don't expect me to act like the other vessel. But this is the problem. The weaker vessel was not, that statement is from a ancient context. So if you're not reading it from the context is being spoken about in that culture, for you to take that word weaker and assert it within this context and this culture and say, well, women are weak-minded, women are children, women are not strong as men, women can't pick up things. Like, now you being silly.
Check this out, right? That actually, the vessels is in reference to the blade and the chalice, because men are the blade and women are the chalice. But when we look at the chalice, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of stories where you had to be of great character and valor to be able to pull a chalice out of a stone. So when people say we are the weaker vessels, women are vessels because we're meant to receive. But I'm gonna go back to our theme that we've been using all day. These dogs. Y'all love these dogs. Y'all love the little chihuahuas, the pit bulls, the schnauzers, all of that. I tell you what, abuse your dog.
Right. Abuse that.
Your dog. Mm-hmm. Your dog gonna snatch your throat out and eat on your carcass at the end of the day. So
yeah, y'all ladies be nice to them little poodles and stuff.
Yes, we love our little puppies. We have little lap dogs. They say we spoil them. So y'all not treasuring because y'all want to call us hyenas. Y'all want to compare us to dogs. So y'all not treasuring your best friend. It's abuse. It's abuse, and nobody has to take it. But let me let y'all react to this, and then we finna get up out of here for everybody that's coming late. Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. Look, I don't think they're ready. Let's see. Let's see if they're ready for this jit.
Your daughter's a hoe, nigga. But you ain't no nigga. You raised her, didn't you? Oh, I forgot. No nigga. I'm dating your daughter, so I'm talking as a man. You call her daughter, but that's my hoe. That's my bitch. You understand? That's your little girl, but that's my girl now. And I'm her man, and I mean it. These my words. It ain't no gun inside my hand. No, this is nigga to a nigga. And this nigga ain't playing. Question to the men. Would you let your daughter date a nigga like you? How you treated women your whole life is coming back to bite you. Cause this nigga is just like you. I called your daughter out her name. I spit and hit and place the blame. I cheat on her, I left the stain. I lied and said I'll change her name. She had a kid, I left that year and had another kid the same. I told the bros about her brain. She loved me, OG, ain't shit you can do about it. Ooh, the way I'm disrespectful, you kill if you knew about it. But I'm just like the young you, so you don't like that for her. No, you wouldn't want a nigga like yourself to date your daughter. You would kill me for the stuff that you been did to her mama. Well, this is karma, cause I pull her hair when I'm behind her. This a message for the young boys running around breaking hearts, leaving little girls with babies. You in her life at the start. You get a daughter, then get mad when her boyfriend do her wrong, but you never loved the girl yourself. You moving wrong, cause you hitting on her mother, right? She happy in another life. You said you wouldn't hurt that girl again, and now you done it twice. Just for them reckless young boys and quote-unquote fathers, when you out here breaking hearts, imagine if that was your daughter. Cause this nigga messed up, and now I get to do the honors. And when he not around, I'm beating on her in pajamas. When you look inside the mirror, ask yourself, you see a monster acting like you ain't no nigga. Your daughter's a hoe, nigga. But you ain't no nigga.
See, coming from where I come from, if you ain't ready for that level of battle rap, don't you step your ass up on that stage. Like, that's number one. Number one, you ain't ready for that type of battle rap. Because imagine, if this for the fellas alone, right? Remember that girl that you used to treat like shit, right? Imagine her father wanted to battle rap you, but you couldn't stand that nigga. Would you use those same lyrics against her father? Right? See, that's what I mean by battle rap. Battle rap, that's that was just hype. But where was he wrong at though? Where was he wrong at? It's a prime example.
No, he was wrong. He was wrong when he said
where was he wrong at? What's up, Mo?
He's wrong. He talking to a black man, talking about he pulled the daughter hair from the back. First of all, you ain't pulling no black woman hair out. I don't care if she got a perm, natural, got my shit in it, a weave. You ain't pulling her hair. So I know he's talking about a white chick with that. But that's the only place.
I don't know, sis. I don't know about that, honey. Pull something.
Hello, my name is Willie. How you doing?
Listen, don't touch my hair. Okay.
Hold on. You good. Dr. Steele, you pull hair? You don't pull hair? Okay. I respect you. Nidus, you pulling the hair?
He told y'all he
All
don't
of
get videos. He tearing them shit.
Pulling hair, ripping off clothes, the whole shit.
There we go. Spit on your back. Listen.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you.
But what I'm saying is he was wrong because if you listen to it, yeah, it sounds real good at how he talking to that man.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, though, and I'm only speaking to the fellas, I can speak for myself with respect to my baby being up here. I know how I was 20 years ago. So at the end of the day, if I was still like that to this day, setting myself up for eviction, how could I get mad if a young guy come up talking to me like that about my daughter?
Well, they're probably smoking, but he was just being a mirror.
I understand, but that's
he was
the
definitely
point.
being a mirror. He was saying exactly, it was true. Everything he said.
Yeah, everything he said was true. So then when you look at the precipice of it is if you don't think that this is right for your daughter to be treated like this, why you treating them like this? Because you couldn't take it if a real nigga stepped up and said, yeah, I'm fucking your daughter. Yep, doggy style 2 times with one leg up, with my hand around her throat, spitting on her face, treating her like the hoe that she is. You couldn't take it if she was talking to you like that. So, I'm not sure if you don't think that a guy will talk, or that a guy will treat your daughter the way you used to treat these women, and you don't, why we complain about the reflection when we the one that cast it?
Well, part of the reason why they can complain is because a lot of them are not raising their daughters. So it's a out of sight, out of mind thing. You don't have to worry about your reflection when you're not really in your daughter's life and you don't really have no say so in your daughter's life because you off doing your own thing. That is a lot of men's circumstance as we speak right now. That's the first reason how they can do that. But the second reason how they can do that is because the truth be told, their imperative isn't the same. Most men know what he just said. For instance, Jay Prince, I hate to bring him up. He made a statement, many statements about what he would do to women, what he don't deal with, how he is with women. And then later on, when he was asked about his daughters, he made it very clear. Oh, my daughter's out to be fucking with y'all. My daughter's going to school, getting an education, and won't have to need niggas. And people was like, hold on, you want your daughter to be like the women we complain about? The truth is, niggas know how niggas is, and they figure, I want my daughter, if I'm in my daughter's life, I want my daughter not to be susceptible to the same men that I hang around that I think is cool to talk around and give all this rhetoric about. That's what that's about. So,
so they're hypocrites.
Yeah, right. It's the hypocritical lie right there. Right.
But hold on, but look at the end result of that, right? You be a dude like Jay Prince who disrespect women in front of your daughters to the point to where you make your daughters hate their own skin, and then you bring a woman into your house and you bring this woman around your children. This woman treating your children better than you have ever treated them in their life, and the first thing you do is put your hands on her, and now you getting evicted. You got 5 days, nigga. So at the end of the day, if you don't want to reflect that back onto you, why you casting the spell, right? Because now, are we supposed to feel sorry and boo-hooful just because this man about to be evicted because of the actions that he's took based upon his historical record, what he's been doing and showing throughout this space? No. Ain't no remorse. When you show no remorse, then no remorse should be shown towards you. He who lives by the sword dies by the sword. So at the end of the day, don't complain when the enablers was doing the power lifting. You see what I'm saying?
This is my thing. This is why I make a lot of these fools mad. Because at the end of the day, I was raised by mom. You can't be in my circumference. I can't look at you and I can't take you seriously unless you reflect to a large degree the edicts that my father set forth, which is why, some people win and some people are jealous of some people that win. I was like, anyway.
And I'm not getting evicted.
Shut the fuck up.
Is Will smoking on the hookah?
Huh?
What you got? A hookah? A hookah?
No. I'm out of vape juice right now. But if you wanna get a brother some vape juice, because listen, I'm 5 days away. So if you wanna help out, you can hit the Cash App. It's Butterfly Progressive. Yeah, hit the Cash
Yes,
App.
I was just about to say that y'all could show some love and some support, to the people that still gotta pay rent and internet and everything else.
And those without domestic violence cases.
Oh, shut up.
I don't like Will's mic. Why I keep tapping it like that?
Because I'm
to a degree, right? I'm not blaming women, but what I want to say is this: as women, we're the first teachers. So I teach my children. I've always taught my children, whether they listen or not, that life is a circle. What you throw out is on its way back in a circle. I don't care what it is. So what you shouldn't do is rack up karma for yourself, because when you need it to be good, that's when it's not. And usually when it comes to partnership, that's going to be a permanent issue that you create for yourself. So don't do that. Just circumvent that altogether. One of my children didn't believe me, found out the hard way. My other two, they kind of like, okay, yeah, I ain't even doing that. I'm sticking with mine. But it's like, that's the reality that I taught them first before they even started in relationships. So it's like, once you get into a relationship, there should be something that you're taking from your upbringing that tells you, hey, I want in long term someone that does this. I should not be in being involved if I want that. So that goes back to, I think, what Will and Raw B was saying in terms of purpose driven. You're not purpose driven if you're hanging out at a strip club and you're complaining that women are not, more moral, while you're up at the club hanging out, stuff like that, because really you want Mary Poppins when you're ready to settle down, but you want Mary Poppins to be waiting for you, when in reality, that's not how reality works. If you want to be, in devilish Devontae through your whole life, cool. That's your free will. You can do that. But to expect for women to be anything less than your reflection is the delusion that is, most people would say it's feminine, but I would just say it's human. That's just a human delusion right there. And honestly, nobody can save you from yourself. I hear people saying stuff like, women are children, and women are evil, and I'm going to MGTOW, da 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 da. And it's like, it's not that women are evil or women are children or you're safe in MGTOW. That's not what that is. You just are delusional and you don't want to let go of it. And I mean, you have a right not to, but at the end of the day, we also have a right to tell you, hey, that's not going to change. Like, I'm not interested in changing low-level females to be high-level females. I'm not interested in that. Who you are is who you are, honestly. So if you want a high-level female, you better be a high-level dude. And I don't mean high earning. I said high level. There is a difference. Like, you could be a low-level dude making millions. Trust me, billionaires get cheated on, as we see in the news. Okay, so that ain't even a deal.
So the difference between a high value man and a man of value.
Right. And I've been saying that for years. These people think that dollars mean something. Dollars mean nothing, because money is a transient spirit. So when you're building a foundation to a family, right, money always runs in cycle. Even the wealthiest of people have periods of time where they can't access their money and they can't spend their money. What is the foundation that you've laid out where you will be able to sustain through and elevate beyond the down times? Which is why the wedding vows are structured how they're structured. For sickness or health, for richer or poorer, for better or for worse, as long as we both shall live. Everybody lives in these Delulu Pro Max visions in their mind that everything is going to be in the better. Nobody is going to be in the best of health all of their life. That's a idiocracy to believe that's going to happen. Nobody is going to be wealthy all of their life. It's an idiocracy to believe that's going to happen, because as we all live life and go through, you realize that financial emergencies happen, regardless if it's something within your personal life or in the lives of your family members. If someone dies and they don't have life insurance, there's $20,000 that you better be able to produce post haste. Otherwise, you're spending $800 to cremate someone. If someone gets sick and you have to pay a copay in order to have a surgery because your insurance doesn't cover it, you better be able to produce that money expeditiously, or they're going to die. They're going to perish. So when people stop thinking with their genitalia and, oh, I would love to mate with this person, because even relationships wither. And shout out to everybody that is unable to maintain a relationship with someone, but able to successfully co-parent. Because once you have a child with someone, you're stuck with that person until you die, whether you like it or not, no matter what other relationship you get in, because the familial relationship supersedes them all. If your child has a child, if your child doesn't have a child, what up, the Drip Show? As long as y'all have a child together, as that child graduates, goes to college, holidays, or whatever, you have to still engage and be dealing with someone. So what decisions are y'all really making? And the fact that so many people just have children willy-nilly, like children is something you pick up like Little Caesar, hot and ready and shit like that. You just go through the drive-through, spend $5, and then boom, you got a baby. Y'all is really out here set tripping. Kids is expensive as shit. Not child support, because child support is the least of anybody's worries. They're only taking 17% of your income, and a lot of y'all don't make a good enough income for that to be substantial money. But the actual raising of children is epic. Let me be quiet. Y'all go ahead and talk.
Well, I think I see a common theme with this video and with this whole Jay Prince situation. And this is not surprising. Whatever the child sees inside the home, that child's going to imitate what they saw at most times. Just like what the rapper said about, the man's daughter, that father was doing the same thing that, he was doing. And the daughter witness what he was doing to all those women, and therefore looks like she might be imitating those women that she saw. And Jay Prince's children, oh my God, I'm scared for them. I'm scared to see how they're going to turn out. Yeah, after all the toxicity they have witnessed in their lives.
But keep in mind, you're at this point, you're an adult looking at them as children. But let's imagine them as grown women, looking at what we are seeing in real time right now. Would it be fair for someone to say that they're just disrespectful? They just don't have it in them. Black women just don't have respect. Looking at these three little girls right now as grown women, as you already know how they're going to turn out given the trajectory, would that be a fair estimate for somebody to say, I'm going to another race because these black women ain't no good because they're black women, because they got attitudes? Meanwhile, if you look back, as I always say, and Roy has heard me say it, for every female that went wrong, there's a male that contributed to it. And I'm not even talking about a boyfriend. I'm talking about a father, whether you was there or not. In that little clip, he was in this child life. And that happens a lot. People don't talk about that. Everybody think because you in your daughter's life, that means that your daughter is a great person. No, that's not what that means. It's like she has more chances to be, but that's not how that actually is. Like, that's just not it. Okay, like for real. But looking at these three little girls as women, are we really going to sit here and say that, well, it's their fault that they turned out like that when we're watching them and they don't have a choice in this. We're watching how they're going to turn out. We already know what the issues are going to be. It's almost like math. We can say by the time they hit college age, what they're going to be doing, what they're not going to be doing, just based on what we're looking at right here. And I'm saying it right now, as a collective, we have had a problem that's been hundreds of years, if not a longer time, in the process. So for us to sit and tell each other, you're a problem and you don't know how to act, and then let me go to another race. You see what I'm saying? That right there there's a word, and it evades me.
Sick.
Word for that.
Sick. It's a sickness. It's a sickness.
It's just sick.
Yeah, baby, I be cooler than the mink weather.
That's a good word. It is. I can't really describe it as anything else. And I'm not saying that somebody's ill behavior should be excused, but we're watching children be formed into what men are claiming they're complaining about. We're watching it in real time. The little girls being told your hair isn't good, your skin doesn't represent the beauty that's in the world. Like, they're being treated a certain way. They're watching a woman that isn't even their skin tone being treated a certain way. You see what I'm saying? So, and they don't have no choice in it. Nobody consults the children and say, do you think that, such and such should be here? Nobody's consulting those children. Nobody's making decisions based on those children. But this is most black girls, really. It's most 80%, let's be honest. This is most black girls. Are we going to keep sitting here blaming one side? Because that doesn't seem to be helping at all.
But see, that it's not about helping at this point. It's about easing consciousness, right? Because if we blame single mothers, well, then it's all y'all fault because y'all's hoes and y'all fucking on us. You understand what I'm saying? But if we look at the epigenesis of the situation, the real issue is fathers not being present in their daughters' lives. It creates a generational curse. And it brings up a conversation that becomes, what came first, the chicken or the eggs? No problem, Dr. Quantum. What came first, the chicken or the egg?
But see, they're saying right now, Raw, that it's the women that are running the men off. But I've always argued that if you're talking about girlfriend-boyfriend relationships, there's no way to track that. There's no way for you to say anything because there's no evidence of it. But if we talk about married women, which is roughly 30% of the population, you have to be married before someone can say, well, how many women run the men off? Not how many women went to the courthouse and filed. That doesn't mean that the woman is the one that caused the break in the relationship just because she went and filed. Just like if a man went and filed for a divorce, it doesn't mean he cheated on his wife. That's not what that means. So It's like, well, what are we talking about? Are you not in your child's, again, if the woman ran you off, were you married to her mother? Yes or no? If you wasn't married to her mother, here's the problem right here. You put your penis in a woman that you really didn't even want to be with, that you didn't even want to mother your children. Let's start there since we're talking about leadership. Let's start there because we can't talk about the 70% of women getting pregnant because they're not even married. Let's just talk about the married women that are running their husbands off. What are we talking about here? Why is this happening in the first place?
But see, this is the thing, right? What a lot of people don't want to talk about. Risky sex practices and behavior. Men know off rip if they want to be in a relationship with a woman, if they want to marry a woman, or if they just want to smash that woman. Mm-hmm. Why are you sliding up in the vagina of a woman you just want to smash without a condom, as if it takes more than one sexual encounter to create life?
And the bigger question is, why do some men want to smash a woman they don't even like in the first place?
That's the best they can do and it feel best raw.
Because she's sexy. Because she got a fat ass. Because she's cute. Because she's a size 0. Because she friendly, fit, and feminine. See, them friendly, fit, and feminine girls. Let me tell you about them friendly, fit, and feminine girls. They like Halle Berry and Swordfish. Y'all know when she was sitting by the pool with the sun by the thing and she had her titties off. You know me, I'm a friendly girl. They want friendly girls because they want access to vagina. And friendly girls don't have a whole bunch of standards on where they will park their vagina. They'll park their vagina on any penis that come around because they're a friendly girl.
Men love 304.
Right.
We gotta be honest about it. We love it.
Look
the
at
woman that's going, for sure.
Look at prostitutes.
We love it.
Prostitutes are friendly girls. Look at strippers. Strippers are friendly girls.
But you know what? Rob, I'm gonna tell you something, right? I think men should be honest. Now, I'm gonna ask a perspective. Now, I don't agree with tricking all the way, but I know there's some elements to it. But I'll say this, right? There's some men that say, like, I'm busy. I ain't really got time to be getting to know the girl. I ain't got time to know her name, know her kids. She ain't got kids, who her mom is, what she went to school at, all that different shit. I don't got time for all that. You know, I'd rather just go ahead and get what I got to do and get on to business. So I'm going to pay for the woman to give me, you know, the release I need so I can get back to business. Because I know that in order for me to get with a woman, right, I call it time. Some people say meat. Some people say attention. I say, as you seen the comment earlier that you had put up, where team is like time, energy, attention, money. Like that, to get with a woman, all those things are going to have to be something that you're going to have to do. So some men say, I'm going to bypass all that. You know what I'm saying? Just go straight to it so I can get back to business.
So you say you don't believe in full-time tricking, so you like into part-time tricking?
I don't know if it's full-time or part-time tricking. I think there's levels to it, but I think the main thing, right, is that some men, right, will say, I don't really have time to have to do all that investment that I just, you know, broke down. I don't have time for that. So I can just get straight to it, get back to the money. I don't have time for that. But I think there's levels to it, though.
I've heard that.
This is the thing, though. Men, let's rip the whole Band-Aid off. Men that are in the lifestyle, men that mess with 304s and professional, you know, bedroom partners exclusively, they know how to comport themselves. They tricking off on these women, but they're not sliding up in her without protection because they know she's for sale and they know that they are customer 3,786 on the list.
But Rob, you gotta add something else in too, though. That the woman also knows that she's for sale too, so she ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying, mess up her, obviously, the product that she's using to get money. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that because that's just like most strippers. Most strippers that are mean with their game, okay, these ones that's walking the stroll and shit like that, they're not gonna mess up the product because they need the money coming in. So
that's the thing I always say though too.
Right.
That we always forget, right, Raw, is that I would say the woman who's
hold up, you gotta let.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, Raw. Go ahead. My bad.
No, you're okay. That's fine. So this is the thing. we have a bunch of men and women out here pretending. A lot of people done seen Bishop Magic Don Juan. They done seen the pimp play a ball. Okay, you got a lot of hoes out here that done went to Freak Nick, done seen Adina Howard. They want a freak in the morning, a freak in the evening, just like them, but they don't have no direction. If y'all want to be pimps and hoes, that first of all, as if you want to be a pimp, you got to follow the tutelage of a pimp. If you want to be a hoe, you got to follow the tutelage of a hoe. Y'all just out here fucking with no direction. That's
So
why
they
y'all,
renegades, huh?
yeah.
Or if I want to put it to, if I want to say it straight as it was said straight to me this today, they're just acting like children, irresponsible like children. Children have sexual relations with each other, and they do stuff like run up in each other dirty, no condom, not skeeting off, whatever, not caring, not thinking about tomorrow, literally. That's something children do, and men, grown men even can get stuck in that childish cycle because they're in a childish way of mind. As a man thinketh, so is he. So when we get to this point where we're saying, well, women are dogs and hyenas, women are children, women think like children, like, or they should be treated like children. It's like, this is propaganda to keep people's minds focused on the delusion of what they want you to think about women, so that it can go back to a time where we were worse off. And it's like, we were worse off then. Like, if it wasn't for the sacrifice of our ancestors, can you imagine where we would be right now if life continued the way it was just 100 years ago?
Absolutely. This is the thing. Like, how can I say this? Y'all too broke to be fucking. Let's just keep it a stack. Y'all too broke to be fucking how y'all fucking.
Bars on bars.
You don't think they trying to force another baby boom right now since birth rates is failing everywhere?
They're trying, but it's not
They're
working.
trying to, but at the end of the day, they spent so many years participating in eugenics. This is why we have a birth rate decline. But let me be quiet. Let me not say that word too many times up on this motherfucking YouTube. Because you know, this just like talk about camels, honey. They get your ass, they'll get you. But you know, the system has been set up to cause a divide within the culture, to cause a divide within Black people specifically. We are the sum total of an equation. We are the remainder. And they're trying to do everything they can to get rid of the remainder. But y'all keep feeding into it.
Well, let me steal some of Raw B words. They playing in our face. They keep telling us to be individualistic and single while they keep talking about family, family, family. You see the Trump together, you see the Obamas together. All you see them doing in front of your face is keeping their families together while they keep telling us going ahead to be single and individualistic.
They're not forcing a baby. They're not forcing babies out. Ain't nobody make these people lay down and fuck. These people lay down and fuck because of convenience and because of desires.
No, I'm saying when they're getting rid of no fault divorce and they get reversing Roe v. Wade and all this other stuff, they trying to force another baby born. If you can't get rid of the baby and they just trying to make you stay in a marriage, what is that?
But then why have the border so loose when it's so easy for people to come into the country?
Because they know they're gonna bang and create some kids.
All right, so you're trying to overpopulate the country for what?
Because people ain't having babies.
All right,
and people don't want to do the labor that's here supposedly.
So if you put everything into a pot, you got niggas leaving the country to go to third world countries to find some easy piece of pussy. You got the borders open wide up. Some people can just come in and hire it freely, nilly they want to. You forcing people into the baby boomer thing. Let's go with that theory. All this entraps and concludes to what?
They want a new labor force that they don't have to pay, so they want to get rid of that old labor force that they didn't have to pay. They're replacing you and me. They're gonna have a new voting block of them people that they giving all these things. We be on these long lists waiting to get some Section 8, waiting to get some funding. They come in here and getting it automatically. They're done with us.
Is it us that made them that way, though? Are we the ones that made them want to be done with us? Because you look at the state of the country, are we even the people that is worth even trying to fight for?
The thing they say is if the white man has a cough, we have a C-19, right? So if his woman don't want to be with him, How dare us be alone? Misery gotta love company. Let's make sure yours don't want to be with you either.
But the white boys, they be saying the white boys don't like black ladies, and I'm
That's
like,
a lie. That's a lie.
I can bring up a slew of white boys that love black ladies. Try it again.
I
Man, that's it.
all the time.
Hold up, bro. Hold up, Lola. That's the biggest cap ever. Hold on. I got cam up for this one. That's the biggest cap ever. No, hold on. Let me cam up.
What's the
Now
biggest
look,
cap
I
ever?
went
That
to
white girls don't like black girls?
PWI. No, yeah, it's the biggest cap ever because I went to PWI, right? I went to University of South Carolina. All the guys I went to school with, most of them was white, and they all was dreaming about a black woman. They used to be like, man, bro, ooh, I swear to God, if I could get one, man. You know, they love chocolate too. I'm not, no offense to Robbie and Lola. I mean, y'all light skin like me, but they like the darker the better, all that shit. They used to be telling me what it's like, bro, all that. So Cap, I'm calling Cap right now. Now I'm gonna go back on mute.
That's the thing though, Crystal Rebel. She said it because it is cap, right? The usual talking point is that these white men ain't checking for these sisters. Yes, they is. You talk to these white men, that's a dream to them. They can't wait to get them a sister because it's almost like taboo. Taboo is something that you're not supposed to have, but you love to indulge in. They know good and hell well that they want them a black sister. That's why they be chasing after. That's why they be so welcoming when they do get a sister, right? And then they do everything in their power. Do we not know who what is it called? Queen of Kings is? Do we not know who Queen of Kings is? Okay,
Man, say like Charlie be ready. He be ready for that shit. Can't wait. We be praying and hoping.
Most of them are. The thing is that sister juice is different. That sister juice it got a different level of proof to it. So they can't wait to get them a sister. That's just the bottom line.
Why do you think that is, Will?
Just like most niggas can't wait to get them a white chick.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's
I'll tell you what it is from what I heard, right? The dude, the my homeboys that I've been in college with, still friends and stuff, all say it's like how the black woman, I guess her persona, her essence, like how she moves and stuff. They think the sexual energy will be different. She gonna bust it wide open type of shit. So a lot of them be looking forward to that. I'm just being honest.
Brothers know white girls is the nastiest, and white dudes know that black girls is nasty. Did you hear the difference?
Facts, I hear you.
I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry, Lola. I'm sorry, baby. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just being honest with y'all. I'm just being honest. That's how they see it. They know that they know that with these white girls, right? They know with these white girls, they only gonna get so much because they're white boys. So when the white girls get with the black dudes, they be ready to be all nasty. They really to take it down through the throat all the way through the ass. But with the white boys, they know that with the sisters, that ride game hit different. Them white girls don't know how to ride like sisters do. So I'm just being honest. I'm just telling you how it is. This is how us men speak. But I'm gonna be quiet.
Oh, Dr. Quantum said I heard our badge is wetter than all the other ones.
Now look, I would say that from like all of the, you know what I'm saying, I did over my life, I would say that yes, the black woman does have like, you know what I'm saying, for sure. And then the Latina woman second. After that, I would say from what I know, you know what I'm saying, personal experience, I would say that black woman first, Latina woman second, you know what I'm saying? Indian woman be third. You know.
That Indian or the
yeah, the Indian one with the thing on their middle of their forehead, Kamala shit. Huh?
The Habibi ones.
Yeah. Habibi, yeah. My bad. No disrespect. Habibi, yeah. They third. You know, African. You know what I'm saying? Fourth. You know.
Y'all racist.
I don't know if it all
this
goes
is racist.
together.
This is surely racism. Right
y'all
here.
racist.
I'm not trying to be racist. Hey, look, it's not racist. I'm just saying.
Habibi is Arabic for friend. Habibi is Arabic for friend. Lola, check your IG DMs, please.
She over there in a whole nother world. I'm like, is she hearing anything that we saying?
I hear it.
And then Dr. Steele over there trying to be all innocent. Dr. Steele, come on, man. All that salt, pepper, beard that you got, that go to.
No, tell Dr. Steele to show his hands.
What? What now? What now?
Dr. Still said what? Don't play.
What link you talking about?
Conversations with MJ says, "Hey
white
MJ," she
boy.
says, "Men of other races has always been a
okay,
thing.
hold on.
That's never been an issue." Hey, Robbie and panel. Oh, she wasn't. She didn't even say hey to me. I'm gonna just go ahead and back out.
Oh, stop it. Get your black.
Hold on. That came under.
You know what? You know how about this? Hey, MJ, I'm getting evicted. Can I get a high now?
Oh, here it is.
Your ass up. Please stop playing. Don't play. Don't. Y'all really have.
I just resent it, huh?
Thank you. He really be cutting up. Get your black. Ooh. You know, I'm not doing this for him today, Jesus. See, y'all get snippets as to what our life look like when we're not up on here because listen, he is very silly, but I'm hella goofy too. So you know,
Tell me I wasn't right from the jump.
First of all, I'm not even playing with you. I just
want to know.
I am
Was
not
I right?
playing. I saw what you sent me. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. I know you finna cut. You finna cut up. You finna cut up, and I know you finna cut up.
No, I'm not.
What
I'm gonna do is
you finna
I'm be on
don't
punishment.
don't even tell me. I don't even want to know.
Right.
I want to be.
Right.
I want to be surprised. I want to be surprised because I'm telling you, when I seen what I seen, you see me double over with laughter. Something wrong with you, Jesus. Something wrong with you, Lord. Y'all, something wrong with him. But let's listen to the white boy because I'm not playing with my man right now. Okay, I'm not playing with him.
Down your own race of women is so embarrassing. First off, I've never put down my own race of women. I've always said that white women are beautiful. But the moment I say that I prefer black women, that's when you white women show up in my comments. And then you say comments like, well, they don't even have their own hair. They use weaves or hair extensions. As if white women don't use hair extensions and weaves too. And then you try to insult them for having big lips or big ass, as if white women don't go swipe their credit cards to get those same features they make fun of black women for having. Is giving jealousy. And don't think I'm going to leave you men out too, because you be in the comments faster than the women are. Insulting black women as if you think your ugly ass could get a black queen anyway. As if I and other men don't know what the fuck you're talking about behind closed doors. Fantasizing about black women, fetishizing about black women, but you don't want to date them because society tells them you shouldn't. Because in our society, they're not the beauty standard. So you might as well date and marry a white woman so you have white children so they'll be accepted by our society and your family, which only upholds white supremacy because the only thing white people have is their whiteness. And I'll end it on this. You never see a white man who truly loves black women, black queens, and date black queens and marry black queens hating on men who date other types of women besides black women. But you always see those same men hating on white men for dating black women. So love who you love. All women are beautiful unless you got an attitude like that. My name's Eric Stone. Doses. You putting down your own race of women is so embarrassing.
Here's the thing. Eric Stone getting played. He getting played. Okay? Eric Stone be at the bar. He be gaming them black sisters about their draws. Okay? Eric Stone just be like, listen, don't you talk to that beautiful sister like that, okay? What you don't appreciate, I will cherish. Listen, them white women be like, oh, hey, man, white zaddy. Yeah. Go ahead, man. My bad.
Listen. Okay, y'all be playing too much, and all y'all swirlers, divestors, angry motherfuckers. Fuck it, I'm just call it what it is. All you angry motherfuckers, somebody hit the Cash App, $ Butterfly Progressive. But all y'all angry ones out here, pity y'all. Y'all are the epitome of fucking misery. Let me tell you what we all know, and I'm gonna just put it on me so everybody else is safe. Let me tell you what I know. I know a lot of y'all are not involved in coitus. I know a lot of y'all have a big lotion of cherry bottle of lotion that says Jergens on it next to your bedside. I know a lot of y'all got a sock that you call salad, right? A lot of you women, y'all got your BOBs, your vagina broken because you done already worn it out with the vibration setting set on 3000 because you just can't get that big O, okay? All of you angry, bitter motherfuckers running around social media, shut the fuck up. Stop self-pleasuring yourself and fix your brain, okay? Go to therapy, get your shit together, invest in some self-love, bitch. Go to the spa, get your nails and your toes done, take yourself out to lunch. Okay, you men, all right, go play some baseball, some football, go to the gym, work out, okay? Roy rage it or whatever you got to do, hang out with the bros, okay? Don't talk about women, don't talk about men. Let's stop obsessing, stop obsessing. Let's fix ourselves. Let's love ourselves, because if you don't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? Y'all are lacking love. Your mamas and your daddies did you a disservice. I apologize for your parents in advance, but it's never too late to fix the problems that exist within. You just have to acknowledge them. See, you can't hold anybody else accountable when you're not holding yourself accountable. Hold the child inside of you accountable for the pain that they feel, for the hurt that they feel, for how you lashing out, because we see you. And a lot of y'all just need a hug. You need a warm glass of milk, some cookies, somebody to tuck you in and put y'all to bed, okay? But stop being so angry and full of vitriol all over social media. Do better. And now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
I thought that was interesting, because again, the propaganda that Black women get swiped, and we're least desired, least chosen on these retarded apps that don't really capture anything intelligent about people or what people bring to the table. Like, come on now, like that. Let's be clear about something. It don't make any sense that I'm seeing amongst white women, they're telling each other professionally, get off the apps. It's the worst place to find men. Meanwhile, Black women are being judged based on whether or not they're chosen on these stupid apps. Like, seriously. Like, this is what I mean by when you get into people's real life and you hear them talk for real, you get the truth. Because a lot of people are not in these circles where they hear how white men really feel. White men might feel just like you feel about Asian women, but they got a social structure they got to upkeep. But the most important thing that I think he said was when someone sees you talking bad about your own, you automatically lose respect in the eyes of others, because that's just not a respectable thing to do. It's just not. Like, if a Chinese man was right here on this stage and he just came up and the first thing he says, Chinese women ain't SHIT. Okay, I get it. You and your mother got a problem. What else? Chinese women ain't this, and Chinese women are ugly, and Chinese women is that. But he's a Chinese man. How much more of that are we going to listen to before we lose our respect for him? He can't come to our community and start talking about anything, because look how he talks about his own community, whether it's true or not. It's the respect factor. So it's like what was it? I forgot. I was on Chaotic Truth panel when somebody had said to me, something to the order of, I shouldn't be supporting Black businesses just because they're Black, right? And I had to express to them in a kind way that you're not from my community, and thus you don't have the right, okay, to tell me what I should be doing in my community. That's an unwritten rule. Just like the white guy, it's an unwritten rule. When we see you talking bad about your own women, you don't get no respect from us. So why are you talking bad about your own women? To who? You talking bad about your own women to them women, or other women who don't give a shit, or other men? Which one? Because all three of those options is a problem. But again, this is the mindset that we're talking about. Meanwhile, women are being told that they are the children. They are the thing that caused humanity to be this crazy. Everything's their fault, And I mean, it's not working. It's really not, which is why the birth rates are going down. And it's not just in America either. Like in India, birth rates are going down because females are going to school more. They're finding less of a reason to become pregnant, but just because, like women are pursuing other things other than just staying at home. So it's like, at the end of the day, I like the fact that people have to come to the table with something, not just money, because that's the reason why relationships sucked ass before. Like, it is. So I'm pretty happy that nowadays men have to say, you know what? I might have money, but so does she. So now I have to come to the table with what I actually bring to the table, which is myself, which is my personality, which is all my baggage, personal baggage. Same thing with women. You're not going to be judged based on how pretty you are anymore. People can buy prettiness now, clearly. Okay. You're going to be judged based on other things. I like it. I think we're going in a great direction. But see, that's me seeing the silver lining in the cloud.
Exactly. But wait, hold on. Drip, thank you so much for the Cash App. You get our new little Cash App clip. I've been waiting all day to break the one out. Okay, let's thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, I've been having so much fun. Huh?
Not with the white boy.
Is that a white man doing sign language? What is it?
Yes, that's thank you. That's thank you. Thank you.
That's crazy. We get to have AI white slaves. I'm gonna give me one.
Why you gotta throw me in the bed?
Did you just enslave a caucus AI did a person?
Oh,
Why
she
the
got a
white boy
black
get
one
more
too.
screen time than the black sister that
So
said, "I
equal
love
opportunity.
you." You know what? I see what's happening here. I see what's happening here.
Listen. I ain't want nobody to say I was stealing they I love you. So I didn't make the I love you the focus. I do love you, but it's more so about the thank you. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, petty. You petty.
Hey, if white people only use virtual black slaves for the last 500 years, we probably would be in such a good place, maybe.
Lord Jesus. See, thank you, MJ, for the love. Keep the dope conversations going. We're gonna look at our AI captives again. But let me tell y'all the truth. Let me tell y'all the truth about the thank you video. Okay, first of all, it's his fault. It's his fault because he always doing something with a video. So what y'all don't understand in our relationship dynamic is we constantly be pushing each other to do better, right? And to do more. So I'll be knocked out sleep. I wake up, I come to the live stream. He got a whole new thank you video. Oh, that's what we doing today? Okay, so now I gotta go to the drawing board and step my game up because he can't be looking all good and sparkly glitter, new music and stuff like that. And then I don't have no new music and no new sparkles and glitter. All right? I mean, I guess that's real leadership though. Ooh.
I can appreciate it. But you know, he do have spots in his beard.
Fight him, baby. Fight him.
No, that man came over there bullying me one day. I thought it was cool. I'm like, what I got to do with it?
Go ahead and put this out here because I was trying to find my own Cash App thank you video because I was gonna play it right on your stream. But you know what? I ain't gonna do that to you. I'm just inspired. I'm inspired. And listen, I got to keep creating because you know I don't want to be evicted because you know eviction is right around the corner. And detriment is right up the street. So I just got to make sure that, you know, I keep it fresh. I can't keep doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Listen, it's not like I'm trying to catch a DV case. I just want to be creative.
Womp, 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 womp.
I'm accepting all viewers' rights and apologies and Cash Apps and Super Chats. Cash App is $Butterfly Progressive. And Super Chats, I'm accepting that as well. I don't want to hear nothing. You know, comment section. Nope. I don't want to hear shit.
When are you going live, babe? Because I know you finna cut up. I'm not.
I'm about to act a whole ass. Listen, I'm about to act a whole ass playing video games because that's what they say I'm known as, right? I don't do nothing but play Tekken. Okay.
Are you playing Tekken today, or are we playing Red Redemption?
I'm playing Tekken, Red Dead Redemption, Street Fighter, Homeless Simulator, Broke Nigga Simulator, everything. I'm playing it all until the quota is met. That live not going off. It's staying up. It's staying up.
Listen, nope, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with my baby anymore.
It's all Dr. Steele fault.
Yeah, it was Dr. Steele fault. Dr.
Yep.
Steele did it. Dr. Steele, you caused this.
Yeah. It's because you came on the air eating, sir.
Yep.
Oh,
He ain't showed his hands.
I think it was a chicken wing too. That's crazy.
Well, you almost right. It was chicken.
Y'all silly, but we gonna do our final thoughts, and then we gonna get up out of here because apparently I'm gonna have to get my whole entire life, and I suggest y'all get y'all life too. We're gonna have a brief intermission, and then y'all go get your snacks, get your libations, get your greenery, your edibles, your gummies, your drip, and come back for sale because he gonna really cut up. The Homeless Simulator sounds like a crazy game, and is. Also, let me say hello to everybody who came into the show a little bit late. Hi, Auntie Sherry Berry Treese. I don't think I said hello to you. The Drip Show. I know I said hello, but I'm gonna say hello again. Do the Degenerates. Hello, thank you for joining with us today. Conversation with MJ. Always appreciate you, love, beautiful self. Marcus. Hello. Simon. Hello. The Luxury Bucket. Hey, baby. Eric J, hey love. I think we got everybody that had came on in the show. All right, Dr. Steele, we're gonna start with you. Final thoughts.
You know, God already defined everything for us. Anywhere from the roles of men and women to how men are supposed to be leading. And unfortunately, men are not really leading, if anything, like the way we are supposed to be leading. And I think we need to examine how we're leading our women. You know, there's a scripture somewhere in Timothy that really describes the patriarchy. And unfortunately, the patriarchy is not the way it should be. Could it be a root cause of everything? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I do know one thing. Both of us, men and women, you really need to get it together when it comes to dating and relationships, because from what I'm hearing, dating is, well, barely dating. It's more like recreational sex. That's all I got.
Well, thank you, Dr. Steele, because I definitely agree. You always be coming through. Thank you for gracing me with your presence, because I know you're very selective about the platforms you show up on, and I appreciate you. Nightish.
I was very pleased that y'all let me come hang out with the cool kids, and I thank you very kindly.
Well, thank you, Nightish, for coming over. You know we always got love for you, even though you be up there cutting up sometimes. You still our favorite uncle. They get your final thoughts. Here we
Ain't
go.
no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. There ain't no sunshine when she's gone. And this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. Wonder this time where she's gone. All right. That's all. That's all y'all gonna get.
I
Now.
know.
Why Dr. Steele looked like he was about to break out with the I know. All right, now for the real musical people out there, if you can tell me how many times he said I know in that little break, I'll send you cash up for $5. You got 10 seconds. Go.
10.
Conversations with MJ says 20. Now let's count.
I know, 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 no. Boom.
Nope. That ain't it.
Oh no.
It's not 20. Come on now. Come on now. It ain't 20. It ain't
Google
20.
is your friend. Google is your friend.
Come on, all y'all musical people.
No.
I know, 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 I know,
26 times.
There you go. I know, may only young thing alone, cause ain't no sunshine when she's gone. All right, my bad.
Yeah, see, y'all ain't know that my baby could sing. All right? All right? No, baby, you was not that off, only 6. It's hard because they be like, I know. And you like, wait.
He says it 26 times in a row while holding breath, mind you. That's not I know what. No, that's all one breath. Yeah, I gotta know how to sing just in case that eviction notice coming. I gotta have something to fall back.
You know what? We ain't doing it. Thank y'all, gentlemen. Me and Lola gonna close out our show. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Take it, girl.
Oh, that was fun. That was fun.
That was fun. Listen, we had y'all make sure y'all tune in and y'all tap in with Game of Dragons TV and Rugby Privilege. Just because we got, you know what I'm saying, titles like In the Jungle, the Lions are lioning, don't be dissuaded. We gonna get to a serious conversation, but we're gonna make you laugh too. We're gonna talk about some real topics. You know, you might get a little religion, a little street, a little humble. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let you know what's popping. Go ahead, Lola.
Well, I want to say this has been a very good conversation. I know that we were gonna, we was gonna clown more, but we didn't this time. We had plans to really hone in on that, but it's like this was good. This was good. Maybe a different time. Maybe we'll keep that in the pocket too. When somebody be like, "You hyena," we'll keep that one in the pocket. But yeah, I think it's good that we have these conversations. I do. And not conversations about relationships, but conversations about specifically where we're going wrong. Because we can talk about relationships. Every one of us is in some kind of relationship. But when we talk about what's our thought process, our methodology of how we arrive at thoughts and decisions, that's where I think we have the best conversation. Like today, yes, it's lighthearted in terms of seeing men as the lions of the society. Meanwhile, truth about lions is not what they really want to be associated with. Yeah, clarifying that. I like that because I learned some things today that I didn't know. So I always enjoy these conversations with Raw, and she's always doing her research and she's stringing ideas together like nobody's business. I appreciate that about Raw. But I enjoy my Saturday. I'm about to get off, you know what I mean, and love on somebody because obviously they've been working. But we'll be okay. But it was great talking with you, bro. We'll do this another time. As always on my channel, impromptu. So I appreciate you.
Thank you, and I appreciate you too. Listen, I know my reputation on the street is that I think I know it all. The reality is only an idiot thinks that they know it all. everyone should strive every day to be a student of life. And being a student of life requires you to have the ability to listen, to speak, and to be able to follow a vein of thought. In order to do that, it requires a lot of time for you to be silent, right? So Lola and Sel can tell you this. There's a lot of times that I watch a lot of conversations, and especially Sel can tell you, because I'll be having him watching all type of shit. He be like, what are we watching today? I make sure that I keep my purvey very vast, because if you bottleneck yourself into one area, into one space, into one vein of ideology or thought, you limit your experience in life. You know, I was telling Sil when I was flying back, you know, I like to sit in seat 1A, honey. I like to be by myself to the one side of the plane, drinking my champagne, minding my business. But I had a nice conversation with the 80-year-old white woman, honey, all the way from Detroit to Charlotte, North Carolina. Baby done told me her whole life. And like her whole family, honey, everything. When I tell you I could write a little telenovela, honey, over stuff she was telling me. But every time I fly, I usually have a single serve friend, someone that I just engage in a conversation with. When people stop being so prejudiced, stop thinking that they know everything, and just start going into conversations with their guards down and the open-heartedness and the open-mindedness to be willing to learn and accept and pull in new ideas, you will find that you have an overall increase in your life balance. Yes, exactly. That way. The person who believes they have nothing else to learn has already lost and doesn't know anything at all. Facts. No problems, Dragonfly. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. So don't be limited in who you choose to love and how you choose to love. Stop believing that you are unworthy of love. And if the voices that you're consistently hearing are telling you how anxious you are and how unworthy you are, it's time to turn those voices off. Each and every one of you have a purpose. Each and every one of you are worthy. The path that you take to get to your ultimate happiness, it's not going to be an easy one. And if it is too easy, please know what you find at the end of that road, you're going to lose. Because that means you haven't learned a lesson. And none of us come out of the vagina perfect. In fact, we all come into this world full of sin. We are all worthless and unworthy to God. We have to walk through life proving who we are and bettering ourselves to get to a space of transcendence. So when anybody tells you anything about me, like I tell y'all, believe everything they say and then some more shit. Because anything that anybody believes that they can ascertain about who I am as a person, trust me, y'all have no clue. You don't have any clue of the path behind me. All you know about is what you see today. And I promise you, if you can live through a quarter of what I've lived through and come out as well adjusted as I am, then God bless you. People is always gonna hate on you, baby, because you winning. They're gonna hate on how you win. They're gonna hate on how people love you. They're gonna hate on how you keep pushing. They're gonna hate on how you keep thriving with everything set against you. Make them hate you 100 times more. With that being said, we about to get up out of here, honey. Y'all fly free because it's a privilege. Remember, don't be nice, be naughty. And also, as a caveat, Lola, I'm gonna put you in the back because I don't want you to catch no flames from them. Listen. All them people that be hating on you, girl, boy, all them people that be talking shit on your name. If you sit back in stillness long enough, you will always be able to see the chicken come home to roost, honey. You don't have to go to every fight that you are invited to. Learn how to be tranquil and let people kill themselves. I love you, okay? Bye-bye.
in the room. Energy's electric, vibe so high, can't help but get connected. Beats bumping loud, feel it in your soul. Tonight's the night, let the good times roll. Hands in the air, bodies moving tight. DJ on the decks, spinning all night. Lights flashing bright, colors everywhere. Turn the party up, feel the magic in the air. Turn the party up, make the speakers pop. Feel the rhythm rise, let the beat drop. Dance all night till we see the sun. Turn the party up, we just begun. Every move we make, synchronized and smooth. Music in our hearts, we're all in the groove. Laughs echo loud, joy in every cheer. In this moment now, no room for fear. Glasses clinking, toast to the night. Celebrating life, everything's just right. Friends by our side, love in the air. Turn the party up, let down every care. Turn the party up, make the speakers pop. Feel the rhythm rise, let the beat drop. Dance all night till we see the sun. Turn the party up, we just begun. Feel the bass drum, heartbeat align. Lost in the music, leave worries behind. Step by step, we're writing our song. In this rhythm we all belong. Moments like these, memories we keep. Dance till we drop, no time for sleep. Unity in motion, under the moon's light. Turn the party up, make this night bright. Turn the party up, make the speakers pop. Feel the rhythm rise, let the beat drop. Dance all night till we see the sun. Turn the party up, we just begun. As the night fades, stars start to gleam. Hold on to this feeling, it's more than a dream. With every beat, our spirits lift high. Turn the party up, reach for the sky. Until we meet again under neon lights. We'll keep this energy through endless nights. So turn the party up, let the music play. In our hearts forever, this night will stay.